Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Survivors. Thank you for joining us for an evening of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Sean, he, him, and I will be your Dungeon Master tonight. Soul Survivors is a continuation of events started in Seeds of Defiance. Following the death of Father Rex Alathai, several of his closest companions have gathered together to look into the mysterious circumstances in which he perished. Can the party get to the bottom of this plot and save Neverwinter? Let's find out together, after we have met the players and heard from our sponsors and supporters.
Hi everyone, my name's Talia and I am playing Zinmoira Lithram, the Dampier Grave Cleric of Kalemvor. After battling the undead in Dorano's Echo, they've come back to Neverwinter feeling more secure in their faith, but feeling the ramifications of that in their personhood. They're back in the city to go and take charge with their rightful position as the head of the Kalemvor Church in Neverwinter, but there are shenanigans happening again. Did not consent to this. No more shenanigans.
Hello, my name is Tom. I use he, him pronouns, as does... Hello there, Giacomo here, head of the circus and... I'm kidding. Nah, it's just normal Giacomo. I'm a reborn, you see, bit of a rogue. I was murdered, came back from the dead. Now I'm head of the circus and I'm here to solve some mysteries, save the world. Proper hero stuff, you know.
Hi, I'm Evie. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Arcana, who also uses she, her pronouns. Arcana is a half-elf artificer artillerist from beyond the stars. After sealing away a vast apocalyptic being on her own planet at Death's Door, available on YouTube, she has made a home in Neverwinter. How will she cope living in a non-post-apocalyptic deathscape? Will she learn to trust her friends? I can't wait to find out.
Hello, my name is Josh. I use he, him pronouns, and I shall be playing Jakarth Silrian, who also uses he, him pronouns. Jakarth has been on a bit of an adventure of late. He has been to other planes of existence, absorbed souls, then deposited said souls in the afterworld, or afterlife, sorry, and Valhalla to be specific, and is now back in Neverwinter to deal with whatever's going on here. Hopefully, nothing bad.
Hi, I'm Scarlett. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm playing Hera, the Reborn Warlock, sent here by the Grave Mother, who we love very much, to assist with the Red Wizards and their dastardly plans. And rings. Mostly about rings, yeah.
Check out our sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for carefully crafted click-clack math rocks for use in your favourite TTRPGs. Phoenix Dice work with recycled goods, meaning their products and packaging are all made from sustainable materials. You can go to phoenixdice.com to check out their entire selection, including some limited roll-together dice. And if you use the code ROLLTOGETHER, all caps, at checkout, you'll get 25% off your next purchase.
Big love to our D20 club on Patreon. They're great. You're wonderful. We love you so much. And they help us keep the kobolds in line, which is very important. They get up to all sorts of cheeky jam-related activities. Anyway, the D20 club, they've created a fan Discord where you can come and chat about all things Roll Together. And they've created a wiki page to help you keep track of all of our stories, which you can find at rolltogether.fandom.com. You can join and be as cool as they are from as little as one of your local currencies per month by following the link in chat or in the description below.
We are delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. You can select your heroes and formation, then battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. And if you put !code into chat, you'll get yourself a free Electrum chest.
We are happy to be supported by Homie and the Dude. Homie and the Dude are a father and son duo, a group company that make various different TTRPG supplement books, which includes The Wandering Tavern, and coming soon to Kickstarter, they have a new Dune/Mad Max inspired book called Scorched Basin. You can go check out all of their stuff following the links in chat or in the description below. And if you use the code ROLLTOGETHER at checkout, you can get 10% off of your purchase.
You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. by searching Roll Together RPG or by following the links in chat or in the description below. If you can't join us live and want to see our previous adventures, you can catch up straight after on YouTube or on your favourite podcasting app by searching for Roll Together RPG.
Finally, we run queer-friendly tables and encourage and support trans and GNC players and characters in our games. Our players and DM may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own. We aim to avoid misgendering but acknowledge that it does happen. We welcome corrections and have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. Check out Safety in Chat for content warnings and some of the safety tools that we use through the TTRPG Safety Toolkit.
And with all that, let's begin. So, last time, we started off at the opera, because we had been at the opera, and then there were very nasty flying skeletal things, very nastily flying towards us. However, you, of course, saw them off in quite short order, and you saw in the distance just a red wizard of Thay riding on a horrible-looking beast, who decided not to join in the fight at that time and simply went back to the ship which you noticed. You watched turn on its end as it vented water from the rear and took water in to the prow. The prow. What is it? Stern?
The stern's the back, yeah. The prow's the front.
The big mouth.
So yeah, the front of the boat is the skull mouth bit, which was taking water in, so that it would be heavier, and then the back was venting water out, so it was stern in the air.
It did a Titanic, but without the splitting.
Yeah. It is a 150-foot monolith that is now firmly planted in the Neverwinter dock area. And as far as you're aware, this is a similar phenomena that has happened all around wherever there be a nasty big monolith. You will have, in the kind of intervening time, set about various tasks to prepare for the oncoming massacre that you're expecting, predicting that it will happen on the crossover between Kalemvor's day and Lathander's day, the very next morning. One of the things that has happened in that time, you received, upon Zimoira's convening of a council with Lord Neverember, you received a letter from the Lord of Neverwinter himself, saying, "Dear champions of Kalemvor, following an urgent congregation of the heads of each of the major temples in Neverwinter with myself, it has come to light that further aid shall be necessary to ensure the safety, nay, even the survival of our fair city. Therefore, by my power as governor of the City of Skilled Hands, I have decreed that for the upcoming battle, each of you shall be bestowed one very rare item indeed, loaned to the cause by the council and with their full blessing. May the gods be with you in this darkest hour, Lord Daggled Neverember." So, you have all selected a very rare item, which has been granted to you by one of the various temples in Neverwinter. Hera received a necklace of fireballs from the temple to Bahamut. Arcana would have received, it was a ray gun of disintegration, wasn't it?
It was a antimatter rifle.
Antimatter, that's the one.
That's
Which I imagine was probably more like a rod, and then you've tweaked it and slightly dismantled it.
unrecognizable.
Yeah, giving that back.
Yeah, totally.
Soslefander. Just...
What do you think I took from you? I mean, can you find it? Can you locate it anywhere? I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not going to have any repercussions at all. Giacomo received an oath bow, but an oath crossbow, which, you know, this is all good and very flavors, from the Temple of Torm. While Zimoira, I mean, do you want to describe what you received? Being the actual head of the Temple of Kalemvor, it's obviously a Kalemvorite item.
So essentially, in a lockbox in the back wall of my office, I have a break in case of emergencies situation. And so went and got the key. This has to be 3 people, me and two other senior members opening it at the same time. And went and picked up myself the Amulet of the Devout, which just basically makes me a bit more boss, honestly.
I'm imagining, because one of Kalemvor's symbols is a skull with 4 eye sockets, so I'm imagining it's kind of a chest, like very stylized, so that the 4 locks are each of the eye sockets.
Yes,
and then just kind of pops open the mouth.
Yeah, I have 2 keys, 2 keys given to other people, and then open it together.
Jakarth, however, I mean, Josh, you were saying to me that is not as comfortable taking items off of the temple leaders, the devout. However, let's go through kind of what Jakarth's done when he got a moment to himself at home.
Jakarth doesn't trust the gods. That's Jakarth's problem. Jakarth, when he gets a moment to himself at home, which is difficult with the 2 reborns who don't sleep. So when they're both off either receiving their gifts or sorting out the loved ones being taken out of the city and stuff, I'll go up to my room, and underneath my bed is a very dusty old chest. And as I open the chest out, there is a sword in its scabbard, and it's a very finely crafted short sword with gems and all of that sort of stuff. It looks like it hasn't been used in a long time. And I'll just kneel on the floor with it in my hand, and I'll just say, Father, bless me for the battle that is about to happen.
And nothing happens.
And,
well, that was good. Well done, Josh.
You kind of, it does take a bit of time of you sort of serenely looking after your father's weapon and contemplating the time that you spent with him, when a spirit appears that you recognize to be your father. Josh, has Jakarth's dad appeared on stream already? Am I going to have to copy someone else's accent that they've already done?
It was pretty much just Tom's done it once, and it's pretty much just talking normally. He doesn't really have an accent. I played him in Huxley's book club as well, and he was just sounded a bit posher than I do, that's all.
His accent could have changed in the
afterlife. Could have changed, yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, my son.
Giacomo! Oh no. Wrong dad.
Yeah, old Giacomo turns up. You're taking care of my son-in-law. Great.
Hello, son. How you doing? How's things?
It's a really good. Hello, son. I'm here to take care of you.
It's good to see you, boy.
Oh,
yeah. So yes, Alaric does appear to you as an apparition. My son, I'm very proud of you for this undertaking. It is no easy burden. But I'm proud that it has fallen to you.
Thank you. Hopefully my name, Jakarth, the one who adventures, or whatever the Valkyries called me. Hopefully that stays true and I don't come and join you soon.
Even if you were to, you will have done everything that a father could have hoped in this world. And as he's speaking, he starts uncoupling an item from his belt and passes you what looks like a carved horn. Actually, what would it look like? Your father's horn of Valhalla.
It would obviously be horn shaped because that makes sense. It would have different carvings on it of his own adventures that he's actually been through in his own life. So it would show iconography of his fights with a blue dragon, fights with his father, fights within a library. There's even one scene of him sat down with some other people reading a book, which if you look ever so closely at the engraving, says something about Tine on it. Yeah, just details the most significant parts of his life. And one of the things would be like a family, father, mother, Jakarth as a child, and little Garnot, little baby Garnot, little red hobgoblin.
Lovely. Your father passes this item to Jakarth, and as your hands are placed on it, he glows with a glorious white-blue flame, and appears to be almost consumed inside the horn.
Well,
you're alone in the room again.
I'll just look down at the horn, which is now a solid piece of matter in my hand. Oh, do you well, father? And I'll just clip it to my belt, and then I will go find the others.
Lovely. Speaking of the others, a couple of you will have stayed in the city to occupy yourselves, make preparations, for example. What's Sin Moira been getting up to?
So I've been persuading my family, my house guests, to leave, organizing church members to go where they're needed, join us, and then just taking a moment of respite for myself in the middle of the chapel. It's a lot going on, and they are feeling the pressure right now because they're not just representing themselves as a hero. They've got family here, and they're representing everybody else. Missions to send the children out so that they're not anywhere in the circle, trying to see if they can get the Lathander kids out as well, because joint mission picking flowers. Yeah, totally nothing else going on. So moment in the chapel, just quietly getting over feeling overwhelmed.
Hey. As Sin Moira is taking a moment of contemplation, you feel a closeness with your god that you have always sought and have always felt you came close to, but you feel yourself almost elevated to until your consciousness feels like it is on another plane.
That feels nice. Like this has never happened before, and I don't know what to do.
you look around you, and the world that is in front of you is very similar to the material plane. It is slightly less saturated in hue, almost as if someone has decided to take a painting of Neverwinter, but only paint in greys and whites and black. But you look around you and everything seems vivid, but at the same time otherworldly. And you can see in front of you an old man wearing very simple robes. He seems to be painting a fence outside a very simple house. He turns his face to you, and you can see that he has a skeletal face with 4 eye sockets.
Hi. God, it's me, Zinmoira.
Zinmoira, it is wonderful to meet you in my realm.
Good to be here.
I only wish that the circumstances were slightly more jovial than what we find ourselves in. I mean this when I say it. It is a very grave circumstance.
'Tis grave indeed. I recognize the problem. I mean, it's completely fucked up, that's what it is.
Indeed. I can feel the power of Zaztam growing. I can feel the swelling of support for his legions of undeath, and I sense that he comes for my throne.
Oh. Going to do the best we can to fucking stop him. To stop him.
Indeed. Mark my words, if Zaztam is to succeed in ascending to become a god of death, there is very little else in this world that could stop him.
My best. Am I doing a good job? I never know. I could always feel you, but people kept on trying so hard to tell me I wasn't worth it. That I was, an abomination. So, try real hard.
Simply by the fact that you are trying so hard not to appear an abomination. By that very act, you are not one. Here, why don't you help me finish? He picks up, almost from nowhere, you hadn't noticed it before, but you see him pick up another pot of paint and a paintbrush, and as he passes them to you, very deliberately, and almost fatherly, puts his hands on your hands, which you realise are not gloved at this moment.
He's going to tell you to be careful, but I guess you're a god.
indeed. And some trials are simply unavoidable. But all things do pass, whether through your realm or mine. You are welcome to spend as long as you like in Kalemvor's realm, helping him paint his fence.
Do it for a while. A while longer than I feel comfortable, because I know I should go back. But it's nice to finally be where you've wanted to be for so long. And when I leave, I take that moment of respite, leave the chapel and get back to work.
When you do awake from your, I was going to call it reverie, which I suppose would be, given Zin Moira's heritage, you do find that actually barely any time has passed. So taking that amount of time to yourself has helped replenish your reserves, but without depleting the scarce time that you have left.
Dollars, come on, fuckers, let's get moving.
Startling the janitor. He's like, oh.
What has Giacomo been up to?
Giacomo, part of what he wants to do is that the travelling carnival that he runs has been on the outskirts of the city. So it's a mixture of, one, I need to go check on my people and get them going. But also, he has kind of offered people who are like, hey, why don't you, like, to the party? And people like, if you need to send people, like, oh, they're going to go see the circus. And then they get on the back of the wagon, and then they just keep moving. But I think, yes, I still love the idea of, like, the kids are like, oh, we're going to pick flowers, and now we're being kidnapped by the circus. And you're like, hey, kids, everyone wants to run away to the circus. As the nice crocodile lady's like, get in the back. Also, I think Amaryllis is...
It's a travelling circus. You have to travel with it to watch it.
You have to... It's like a promenade piece.
Horses.
I legitimately think that's what the circus do, that, like, the circus performers, because since we last saw the circus, Giacomo's been travelling, getting people, and it is that sort of thing of, like, having told the grown-ups of, like, we need to keep the kids happy. I think Amaryllis, if she's going with Moira's family, has also gone with the kids and just been like, oh, I guess I'm going to teach them how to do paper mache. So that's in the back. But yes, Giacomo has gone back to his people and basically to his wife and gone, hey, honey. And actually, that's the thing. He drops the voice because he's with her, and he's like, well, that's the thing. Legitimately, I think this could be the end. So if you could get them as far away from this place as possible, then kind of gets a bit emotional because he's like, I'm sure I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
I know that if there was any other way, you would be staying with us, but I recognize that this is not something that is going to go away without all hands on deck.
Again, sort of like the hand on the side of her face and sort of the pressing of the forehead, where he's like, yeah, really doesn't want to do this, but it's the right thing, you know. And then as we watch, as a bunch of kids are running around and like, ooh, candy floss, you're like, oh, I feel you might have been given the short end of the stick with that lot, but I'll see you soon. And then keeps the hat off until he's out, rather than turning up and going, oh, it's me, your dad, I'm back from the grave. Yeah, no, actually, that's the thing, he stops, kind of like puts the hat on the back of a wagon, because he's like, don't need that anymore. If I'm going to die as this version of me. good luck to any kid who decides to put that hat on and turns into a middle-aged circus man. But yeah.
Moira's eldest nibbling and puts the hat on. It's like, hello, I'm the head of the circus now.
I can just imagine Zana picking it up as well, putting it on Rover.
As we watch, as a fully grown man runs around and going, woof, woof.
That's funny.
So I just quietly go, what are you?
Woof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody gets a turn in the hat.
Yeah. Hi, Boo. I don't want to upset you by bringing your dad back, but all these kids are going to be him for a bit. I think whatever pretense he had of it being run by the previous Giacomo just falls apart instantly. People are like, hey, and I'm like, yeah, it's me. Hi, it's Alan. I got stabbed. And I'm like, we don't know who that is. I'm like, bit about me there in case you were wondering. Cheery bye.
Lovely. Speaking of traveling outside of Neverwinter, Arcana has been heading out with the intention of doing some research. Is that
Yes,
right?
heading back to Slippery Jack's monolith that we know where it is, and doing a bit of literal digging.
So you're there for long enough that I'm not going to ask for a roll because, given enough time and enough typewriters and enough monkeys, you'll eventually work out what you need. So while Arcana is there, Slippery Jack obviously greets you and takes you to the monolith. You can see that the area, the creatures that had been kind of scouring around and trying to re-sprout areas, you can see that there is what appears to be a sparse but healthy-looking field of mushrooms.
That's good. What kind of mushrooms?
Mostly the kind of really little white-capped ones.
Okay, so they don't look necrotic in nature. Regular, schmegular mushrooms.
Regular, like, grown in compost and decomposing material mushrooms, but it seems like the efforts of these creatures is slowly making a difference in this zone for now. But yeah, as you try to dig down, I will give you that you've only got a couple of days before you have to return to Neverwinter. And depending on how much digging you wanted to do, you will not manage to find the kind of underneath this pillar. It appears to have been installed quite deep down into the ground. You also find that for one thing, it is freezing to the touch. To the extent that you feel like if you were to keep your hand on it for longer than a couple of seconds, it would probably start to take layers of skin with it. And you also realize that it is one solid block. It's not constructed of many singular stones stacked on top of each other. This appears to have been carved or grown from a single mineral.
Okay. Interesting. During my investigations, I do kind of try and put a physical crack in it, see if I can do that, and test different kinds of energies against it to see if anything makes it give, anything gives a reaction.
Okay. Again, I'm assuming that you've got kind of access to all sorts of different spells as you would need, and you've got a couple of days so you can keep changing your spell list up. You don't find that anything is particularly more or less effective, but you do find that everything is it doesn't react at all to poison or psychic. and everything else, it doesn't mark it, but a few of the so it does. A burn mark remains for a bit after using a fire spell, a kind of blast after some lightning, a kind of misty layer is left after attempting an acid attack. So it does show signs that it is being affected, but maybe not to the degree that you're hoping for.
Okay.
You even tried throwing another rocket at one point.
Is there anything that seems to reinforce it?
To reinforce it?
Or stimulate further growth?
No, as far as you can tell, no. It's not immune to any. So it's immune to the ones I described, but it's not renewed by anything.
Okay, that is something. And I guess the final thing I will do is I will take out my dice. I'm not doing any particular spell. I'm just going to try and do some calculations to see if I can detect, or maybe I'm doing a detect magic, but like enhanced, on how strong the bonds seem to be to others, if there is a connection right now, or if it's just kind of pending as a background function.
So you want to see whether the obelisk is giving off any like external magical auras. As you kind of test it, it's almost like a null point. Like the deeper you kind of try to scry into its surface, it is inscrutable. It is very difficult to scrute indeed. It's almost as if it is just waiting to be kind of linked up to the whole circle, but in the meantime it is just a null point where magic is less effective, and even trying to kind of scry and determine its origins, it's not really giving you anything.
Okay. And one final thing is, how are the watchers reacting to it? I try and like put them on the monolith, like scatter them around, just seeing if they have any effect on it or it on them.
When you place one of the watchers on the obelisk, its head turns inexorably towards you, and you notice that the watcher does not seem to be affected by the coldness of the stone.
And it's watching me more intently than usual, whereas normally they're just a little silly but still watching.
Yeah, normally it's kind of like that plush toy, like, oh, which way is it facing? It's just kind of waddling around. But being in contact with the obelisk, it has a very deliberate and almost intelligent look in its face that you haven't seen before.
It connected to the Bluetooth.
Exactly. Directly linked to the router.
I wave jovially at whoever, maybe, if anyone does tap that. Tap in to that. I'm not doing this deliberately, I promise.
They don't react.
Oh, good. Yeah, it'd be more worrying if they suddenly started talking to me.
I won't do that to you.
Okay.
I've been trying to talk to you for ages. What's up?
We're here to talk to you about your car insurance.
Oh no, not again.
Hey,
I just get spam calls through the watches.
Hi, it's Lathander.
No!
I saw what you did. No, you can't put me on blocked.
This is Arcana's friend, Athletics.
Did Ragnar destroy your world? Claim now.
I've also warned.
That's a bit close to the bone.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing that they hone in on, though, isn't it?
What, celestial scam artists? Yeah.
Yeah.
I will also tell Slippery Jack there is a non-zero chance that if he stays here, doom may occur. And just let him do with that information what he will.
Right. Sorry, so Great Mother charged me with looking after the obelisk, though. So
Yes. Well, okay, so this obelisk, in about a day's time, maybe 2 days, is going to connect to many, many other obelisks. Potentially, if we don't stop it. We're going to try and stop it. But if we don't, it's going to connect to them. And then everything within the circle that it forms is going to go like this land here, but way bigger.
Right. Okay, so we should all be on this side of the obelisk when it happens? If it happens? Not that it's going to happen.
I don't think it's probably wise to be anywhere in the vicinity, considering that the circle is going to be expanded out from this particular obelisk. Is that right?
The one that you're exploring, it's it does appear to be one of the 9 that was on the map that you'd found.
Well, it's best to get as far away from it as possible, just in case, because there's no telling how it's going to actually pan out.
Right. Well, maybe we'll be away, but and outside the circle, but still close enough that I can tell Grave Mother I'm doing a good job.
If you want to take that risk, by all means, go for it, mate.
Right.
I'm giving this mushroom way too much credit.
Slippery Jack, you notice puts 2 kind of little myconid fingers in his mouth and whistles in a way that the DM can't. Not all, but a few of the mushrooms pop out of the ground and start just kind of toddling towards him. All right, we're going this way for a bit. We'll come back for the rest in a couple of hours, or maybe tomorrow.
That'd be a good idea. You may be able to hitch a ride in the travelling circus as well.
Oh, that would be way too kind of... They'll just go north.
Fair enough.
They don't know what the circus is, so they're just jumping in the back of, carts, and they're we're going to the circus. Someone's like, oh my god!
Don't have them jump in the pots.
Yeah, they end up in the soup kitchen.
Decide to hitch a ride in a box of popcorn.
Style, it turns out that they're just excellent chefs.
We're not souping. You're like, yeah, you are, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Okay. So that is what Arcana has been up to. Scarlet.
Yeah.
What has Hera been up to?
Hera wants to warn the bee people.
Mm-hmm.
Because she doesn't necessarily know a lot of people other than people at Temple of Canvor and the bee people. She liked the bee people.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of them, and they're new people, and they need to be given a chance. So Hera's going to go warn the bee people.
And also, you don't know kind of what the depth or what the is this going to be a sphere? Is this going to be like a massive cylinder? There's no telling how much of the city this would catch if it went off. So
Exactly.
So you can go to the entrance to the Hive on Phaetonian Street, where you're greeted by Tolopanro.
Mm-hmm. Hi, do you remember me?
Yes. Hera, how have you been?
I've been better. I need to warn... Look, something big's about to happen to the city, and I need to warn you guys. I don't want anything to happen.
Well, we'll do what we can to support you with this.
I mean, that would be lovely. I would appreciate it, but I'd rather you all be safe. Because I know there's a lot of you, and, new civilization needs a chance to thrive. So, yes, starts to describe the area of effect and obelisks and just in very much detail of what she knows. And then it will go off, and then all the land will be dead, and if you're into it, you'll both or die.
Well, we don't want that.
No.
Our queen, unfortunately, is unable to leave where she is. But we have a number of our next in line heirs to the Abale throne who can leave and can lead an expedition out. We'll probably travel through the Underdark.
Why can't she leave?
She's huge.
Oh. I mean, I could ask my patron to help move her. I could ask.
She has never moved from where she is. We are not sure of the effect. She is also quite elderly at this point.
I remember your lifespans, yes.
We will leave as many, or as few as possible, but as enough to take care of her, but we will make sure. Tessalin has been itching for a chance to leave the city, so we will see that they are at the head of a group.
All right. Reassure her that we're doing everything we can to stop this. We're trying, and we will do our best.
We trust you.
Okay, I've got other things to do. I have to leave. Okay, bye-bye.
I was going to ask if some had, but okay.
Just a few eyes, just to keep us going. That's all I ask.
I think they've moved on from making eye honey, haven't they? I
Any
can't.
eyeballs
It was
to
right
poke?
there.
Okay.
Okay.
It's good to laugh. Now we go die.
There we go, die.
I believe that everybody's had their IP scene. You've all been busying yourselves throughout preparing for this upcoming battle. One of the things that you've all also done would be to reach out to various other heroes spread out across the land to rather than put all of your eggs in one basket, see if other heroes might be available to try and take on the some of the other obelisks. The results of which, or rather the events of which, would have been seen last week in our bumper-length one-shot. The conclusions of which, however, we have not yet screened. Carry on watching, I guess. So yeah, you've been kind of reaching out. Arcana, I think you said that you were going to be kind of talking to your watchers and kind of, without giving too many details away, but sort of recording the events and hoping that it is being seen by friendlies. Hera and Giacomo as well, you know, you've both kind of spoken to the other reborn in the city. Hera spoke to the Abale, who are famously psychic and able to send some messages out. Jakarth, being a member of a secret society whose symbol might be some sort of musical instrument, got the word out via the network. Zimoira, talking to other temple leaders, asking them to kind of get their clerics and their paladins involved, and also reaching out, all of you really reaching out to other heroes that you may have traveled with in the past through various means. I believe, Hera, you've got a book of names that you can cast sending to when you wish, and you will have all been sending out sendings to whoever you can think of that might run to the cause. And obviously, dear audience, you know who these were. I don't have to be coy about it. But I'm still not going to do it. So, It is Kalemvor Day. The temples have come together to send their youngest members out of the city on a day trip to celebrate, even those whose deity is not Kalemvor or indeed Lathander the next day. There's some slightly confused faces, but they're kind of understanding that this is part of a sort of outreach project and not Doomsday. There is a heavy electric feeling in the air, and you all sense that it is the eve of something that is about to happen. Talia, I believe you were going to cast a spell that was going to give some benefits.
So, the house is empty now. The family has gone to safety. Lily's been charged with their care. So, open it up to the team. With us. And for one last final get together before we go into the breach. And what I would like to prepare for them is a hero's feast. But making sure that there are variations that everyone can consume. Whether it is the foam or the smoke of something, that still counts to waft into our air. Pools of blood for me, and 2 people who are eating very well.
Come on, Hera. Here comes the wyvern, open wide.
But there's 2 people and a parasite who are eating very, very well.
Thank you.
Actually, Tom, as you're kind of joining in on the kind of dinner, you do notice out of the corner of your eye that your shadow appears to be dining on some of the items that are casting a shadow on the wall.
Jack just has a moment of like, good for him. At least someone gets to try the lasagna.
Well, you do find actually that as you watch the shadow taking a forkful of lasagna, you're not sure whether it's just the kind of vicarious observing other people and then the kind of sense memory of having done it in life, kind of reigniting your taste buds, but you can distinctly taste kind of very rich tomato flavor and a kind of just a hint of quite sour, almost cheese topping.
Is it as good as halfling cheese? The one food, because again, Giacomo, not really having memories, is like, what have I ever eaten? Halfling cheese. How did that go? Painfully. Yeah.
It's shadow cheese seems to be better.
Oh.
At least better for you than
Shadow cheese.
Interesting.
All carefully designed for everyone in this party.
Yeah.
So this is the best meal you have ever consumed in your life or after.
I think, again, like, if you're looking at Giacomo in the background, it's like he keeps holding things up to the light, and then Shadow, like, takes, like, the Shadow glass of wine and drinks it, and it's like, oh, I have a new way of eating. Very exciting.
Scarlett?
Yeah?
Could you please roll me a save?
I don't want to. I want to eat it.
Charisma save.
Like, on in. Do I have to roll? Is it a con?
It says charisma, which is quite good for you.
Yes, it is.
Your parasite is getting all the advantages of the hero's feast.
20.
20. You're fine, but your symbiote is it's not that it's trying to eat anything that you weren't already planning to, but it's really trying to get you to dip like the grapes in the tzatziki sauce, and just kind of really wants you to try combos that you're just not sure about.
Oh, see, Scarlet would. Scarlet is all about that. No, that's disgusting. No.
I think you audibly, and I'm like, I've seen you put your fingers in like a variety of like eyeballs. That's the thing. That's the thing that you draw the line at.
Yes, it's uncouth.
Here comes the wyvern. I dip it in the tzatziki and then feed.
No!
How is it? Did you like it?
Tangy.
There you go. As I hold it over my shoulder, and my shadow's just like, and then like,
That's weird.
look at the shadow's like, I'm like, yeah, fair enough.
I'm happy for you, but that's still weird.
I mean,
How many different cuisines are at this feast? We've got Italian, we've got Greek.
this is the.
Complete smorgasbord.
I think Amara's also helped the mum. Like, there's cookies, there's tiramisu, which I discovered was made in our lifetime. The creator of tiramisu recently died, so
You did. I
Yeah.
saw that.
yeah. One of those weird things that you think is like an ancient dessert, and that like, nah, it's like 40, 50 years old. Weird. There's also tiramisu.
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 Tally, would you like to let us know what the benefits of this hero's feast are?
No, the hero's feast. A creature that partakes the feast gains these following benefits. So cured for all diseases and poison, and becomes immune to poison and being frightened. Which makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage, and its hit point maximum increases by 2d10. These benefits last for 24 hours, and there's going to...
Do you want to roll that 2d10 and everyone gets the same?
There we go. Yes, I will.
Oh, that dies.
Roll that dice. It'll be funny. That is a 14.
Thank
So
you.
increase their max by 14.
Increase their max by 14.
Very nice.
Lovely.
Not
And that,
this is, so you can be healed back up to this extra again.
and you can get temp on top of it as well.
Absolutely.
Gonna need it. What? Sorry. So back in the room, as you leave Zimoira's family home, and you can feel this energy in the just in the air around you. Storm clouds gathering overhead. You make your way to the dock where you are aware the monolith has firmly planted itself. And you can see that sat on the terrifying, almost dragon-like steed, the red wizard is just kind of hovering there, just looking menacingly. With arms upraised, you can't hear what he's muttering, but you see arms weaving sigils in the air, and a huge portal opens in front of the monolith, and buzzing through like a swarm of flies, hundreds of zombified Aarakocra, winged tieflings, a couple of Abale even, swarm through, each of them carrying non-flying zombie folk. Arrayed around you are a number of clerics who stayed in the city to help with the battle. Most of the cohort from Kalemvor, given that they were under very strict instructions, but also a couple from different temples. You can see some Ogmarites, some Timorians, some Lathanderites taking up lines. And as the zombies swarm through this portal, you can see that they begin to prepare themselves to take this first wave. And as the swarm reaches the portal, you watch stepping through a huge form that looks like 100 zombies stitched together, almost as if someone has tried to create some sort of amalgamation with the undead skins of a number of different creatures. And I think with that, let's roll initiative. Has everybody rolled initiative?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, I just remembered I had advantage, which was helpful.
Oh, I forgot. I was too. I got distracted. Okay.
Did anyone get 20 or above? What did you get?
21. That's
Okay.
now.
Did anyone get from 15 to 20?
15.
18.
Okay. Giacomo. Did anyone get from 10 to 15?
I did. I would like to say that I blew the horn, or blew my horn beforehand, and I rolled initiative separately for it and managed to roll the exact same. So I got a 14 on both.
I have a
We're
feeling
with you,
it
bud.
happens after you anyway.
Yeah.
What did you say, 14?
Yeah.
And what did Hera get?
5.
Okie well. Before anything comes to you, you'll all get a kind of chance to cast a spell or take some sort of preparation for things approaching you. So if you've got something in mind, I think what we'll do is we'll just go through for the first round of combat, but you can effectively have like an extra action which will have been your preparation, if that makes sense. If you don't have something prepped, you can have just shot at one of the zombies before it approached your allies. But yes, top of the round. Talia, I would love to say that with your 21 you were the highest, but you were not, unfortunately, because I rolled a natural 20 for my wizard, who is unfortunately going to be casting Time Stop. So for you just watch as multiple things just happen in an instant. So I need a D4, and that is how many turns he gets.
Does anyone have
No, he
counterspell?
Does anyone have counterspell?
Clerics! They're like, oh.
I mean, some of the clerics could have taken counterspell.
Okay.
It's not a cleric spell.
I
Hate to cheese it, Sean, but
no. To be fair, I have said that you have a number of clerical allies. I've also told you that they have maximum of level 3, which I think is the necessary level for counterspell, correct?
it sounds right.
Just checking if there is a type of cleric that can get counterspell.
3rd level abjuration. Sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. So,
Hang on.
I should have used my special item to get something to let me cast counterspell.
that's just one wizard who's like, I've got a book for this!
Yeah, like Tom said, sorcerer, warlock, wizard, but also Oath of Redemption and Oath of the Watchers Paladins get it as well.
Oh,
Does
watchers,
Steven
you
have it?
say?
We've got paladins.
We just point at the watchers who are like, we'll do it!
I
Are
like to
the
imagine
other
that-
Wizards of Fey with us?
Oh.
The good ones.
I'm gonna say yes. They're gonna have as much of an effect on the rest of the battle as everyone else, but because I want to give you a fighting chance.
I would also point out those wizards were grist to the mill that should have died in that episode, and then we mech'd it up, and they're like, I got spells, I guess.
We sent their kid to safety. They're here to see it through.
That kid's in the circus now going, I'm 18, what's happening?
I guess I'm the owner of the circus.
Hat on.
Okay, so you can have a counterspell. I am going to say I'm going to roll a d10 and pick one of you at random to roll for it. That was Scarlet.
Scarlet.
It's coming down to you.
What would you like me to
so-
roll?
Counterspell. You can counterspell something even if it is higher level. This is a 9th level spell.
The
So The DC is 10 plus the spell's level, so you need to roll. Spellcasting ability, right? Well, it's clerics. I'm gonna say that you can have a +4 to the NPC cleric,
Alright, so just a D20 with +4.
and you want a 19 or higher.
Okay. Oh, it was almost a natural 20.
What was it?
12?
It was the plus.
We tried.
Wait, you're
That
saying
was
that one of the
+1?
bards that is with us has got silvery barbs? What? I'm joking. I'm joking.
No barbs. They all scarpered at the first moment of you told them.
Barbs, no.
So there's going to be a problem in the city, and they're already running. We're like, wait, we haven't told you what the issue is.
We have one law bard scribbling furiously, hidden in a bunker.
I'm thinking about it now. I don't think there were even any bards in the one shot last week. So literally, just like the bards were like, nope, 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 nope.
Sounds scary.
Sounds scary. I am out.
Someone's got to tell the story, and that's me.
I'll make up how it ended. It's fine.
And you
If I
know
survive,
the...
they win. So yeah.
Yeah.
So, you all watch as a number of kind of arcane movements are made in the blink of an eye. Now, I rolled my D4 to see how many turns I get, and I got a 2. So it is D4 plus 1 turn, so there will be 3 turns worth of things happening in this single turn.
Fireball.
Unfortunately, as soon as it affects any creatures with a spell, it stops. So it will have to just be kind of buffing things. But you watch as the ground around you starts to crumble and crack, and pulling themselves out of the earth beneath you are a number of zombies, inexplicably dressed in circus clown outfits.
Giacomo starts reconsidering so much. He's like, oh, I don't remember that bit. Although we never did find the clowns last time, so...
So 2 turns are going to be spent animating dead. So that's going to be... You know, rather than trying to read it small, let's just open up a new page. Why don't we do that?
An extra tab, Sean.
Yep.
In this
One
economy.
more can't hurt. Okay. So each of them is going to animate 10 zombies, which appear right next to you. So there are now 20 zombie clowns.
Why are there so many?
I reject your reality and substitute it with my own.
And then you watch as the Red Wizard blinks out of the spot as it appears to have teleported away. No, dimension door, sorry. And he and his steed both disappear through this door. Cool. That is the spell that he casts on his turn. And I will give everyone a perception roll to see if you can spot where the dimension door took him.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
32.
I mean, 24, but...
16, but does it matter?
Be dirty 20, but again.
27? I thought I was like, damn. Okay.
Okay.
Dimension door
I get
in our eye
advantage on
line.
perceptions, and I have a big thing. I have a big modifier. I'm tired.
think-
I'm
Let's go.
tired. I'm
All four
tired.
of us are just pointing like, we see you. You're over there. It's like, no.
Yeah, teleports away and we all just go,
I think that given the kind of amount of time that it took for these 3 spells to be reeled off in quick succession, it's quite high DC to spot. However, Hera and Zinmoira, unfortunately, your eyes just kind of blur as he blinks out of existence. The rest of you, however, you did roll high enough to catch that his dimension door directly behind you, 5 feet away from Jakarth.
Good evening. Have you met my clowns?
So, in terms of prepped actions, he's 5 foot behind Jakarth. Guess what I would have prepped in advance?
Go on.
Oh no.
But our spirit garden's going up, and that goes a certain amount of feet away from me.
Yeah, fair. So that is his turn. There's battles going on around you as the various zombies airdrop in to take on your allies. The huge, colossal, stitched together creature takes a gigantic stride towards you, but is not quite in reach of you at this point. It does wade through the water at quite an impressive 60 foot, but does not quite get to you. And, just to be cruel, the steed is going to try and take a bite out of Jakarth.
owie.
Does a 29 hit you?
I'm afraid that, yes, it does.
My question is, how does Jakarth taste?
Evie, that's always your question when it comes to these things.
It's valid.
Right.
Gosh,
A little bit
how do you
well
taste?
done.
Oh, the valid card has been played.
It's a little bit well done.
Oh.
So, reading this stat block, it does say it uses mournful keening if available, and mournful keening affects non-undead creatures. Now, do Hera and Jakarth count as undead, or do they count as humanoids?
You mean Giacomo?
Dang it.
He's gonna keep making this mistake. Don't worry. It's because
I've
we're
got so
both
much on my plate.
dashingly
I was going to
handsome.
say, Jakarth has been to Valhalla, but he didn't go there dead.
Giacomo and Hera, do you count as undead?
No.
No.
Not technically, because we're souled beings. I think
Technically?
technically. I mean, we don't have any, necrotic resistance, I don't think.
No, we don't, unfortunately.
And
It's
same for
Zinmoira.
Zinmoira as a Dampier?
I think not technically.
In that case, could you all please
Technically-
make a Constitution save?
All of us.
All of you.
All of you.
Every single one.
I thought this was an attack against me.
Okay.
This is its keening wail, which it does as it appears on the other side of your group.
If it's frightened, we're immune to it.
Well, I'll let you know when it happens, if and when some of you fail. So, what did you all get?
Natural 20 for a 22.
Okay.
I forgot what we were rolling for, but also a natural 20.
It's con.
Oh,
Yeah.
for a 22.
Right?
I had advantage and I got 12.
I got
Okay.
19.
Okay.
I also rolled a 12. Well, I got
Hey.
an 8 for a 12.
Hey.
Oi.
The two
Ooh.
handsome young men.
So,
Yeah.
those of you who got your natural 20s and Hera with your 19, I think you said it was.
I got the 19.
You got the 19. That's right. Hera got natural 20. Zimori got natural 20. Arcana got a 19. You are all fine.
Yay.
It is a very sorrowful, almost grieving sound, but beyond kind of tugging at your heartstrings does not affect you. Giacomo and Jakarth, however,
Oh no.
you hear this wail and you are gripped by the chill of the grave as you are marked for death.
Hooray! Again!
Oh,
A creature marked for death can't regain hit points, has disadvantage on death saving throws, and all attack rolls against it are made with advantage.
Interesting.
This lasts for a minute or until you are targeted with a remove curse or similar magic.
Ah.
I
So,
can
I'm
do
just gonna get
something
another
that might
D20.
help.
Evie, save us.
I'm just Jakarth, can you add +5 to your saving throw?
I can. That'll take me to a 17.
Does that make it?
Jakarth, you feel this wash off you as you are not affected.
Ooh, I forgot to roll for my spirit as well. That rolled a natural 20 for a 24 as well, I think. 24. But
Does
my
anyone have
spirit's fine.
anything? Anyone have anything clever to save Giacomo?
He
I
said
will say-
goodbye to his wife. It's fine.
The flash of genius, which is what I use to help Jakarth, because I've known him longer, is just a little BB to the shoulder just to knock some sense into you.
Oh,
I
thank
would
you.
also slightly match it because I have advantage on saving throws, so it's now evened out. I might be okay. As this thing just picks me up in its mouth, I'm like, oh, I knew it was going to end this way.
So, I had already rolled the attack on you, which was a 29. I'm not obviously going to roll to see if that's any worse, because it would not be at advantage now. However, you still will take 14 points of bludgeoning damage,
Are we?
plus
No, I don't like that.
No, thank you.
No.
24 points of necrotic damage.
Are we?
That is, however, everything that you're going to take on this at this point. And that makes it the top of the players' round, and Zimora, you were up first. So what would your prepared spell be?
Spirit Guardians. It landed within 5 feet of us.
Okay, what happens?
It needs to make a saving throw of the wisdom kind.
Wisdom. Okay. So I'm going to roll for the steed and for the rider. So, wisdom. You said, yeah. The steed rolled a 20.
I got a 21 now.
Not bad. The wizard has advantage on saves against spells and got 25.
It's fine, still half damage.
What is the damage?
It is going to be 6d8 radiant.
Mhm.
I can read my own sheet. It is... Yep. Ooh. 25 points of radiant damage this time. 12 for the wizardy.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep, that is an amount of damage there. And then 25 on the steed. What kind of damage?
Radiant.
Doesn't appear to do... just noticed this one had advantage as well. Oh, but it already passed. No, it didn't. It's fine, it rolled the same thing. I need to remember these things. Okay. 25 points of radiant. Oh, I can do maths, come on. There we go. Cool. Yes. You watch as the rider seems to be slightly protected from the damage by the steed, but the steed takes the full brunt of the attack. What do you do on your actual turn?
So I look over at Giacomo, who seems to be more affected. Yeah, we're all fucking depressed right now. Let's put my hand on him. Oh, fuck. Shit.
Do it. I'll take the pain. Do it.
Actually.
I think you were like, well, fucking depressed, and Giacomo was like, don't be a coward. And so we're just like, whoa, we're both yelling at each other, whoa.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'd rather me hurt you right now than you deal with it. I'm going to touch you and cast Remove Curse.
I misheard you as Veruca's, but like...
I had that, yep.
Remove Curse.
I would also like to add something
It's
else.
the new blow.
Before Amaryllis left, she cast False Life on herself and really tightly hugged you until that burned off, and she's like, yeah, good, fine. So you've got one hug.
Yes! Loved it. I'm holding on to that so tight.
Yeah.
So, I do also do... God, I need to find it in all my notes. Where is it?
I inadvertently removed the curse of life.
I inadvertently... I'm going to just give you a D.
because you have to touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I give you 10 points of necrotic damage, but the curse is removed.
I mean, I'll take it.
I'm going to be kind and say that the curse is removed before the damage happens, so there's no like ill effects from still being under the curse when you make contact. You'll be glad.
I am. I'm not complaining. I just hand to the face. I'm like, it's better. Oh no.
Not fucking now. Die later.
I mean, I don't intend to die, but yeah, you're the boss.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Anything? Do I have anything? Yeah, no. I think no bonuses that I can do at this stage, so I am just going to be there surrounded by a whole bunch of friends and family.
Okay, lovely. Following Zimora, it is Arcana.
Ooh. My prep thing was that I've got Barbara ready to go in forced ballista mode. If need be later, I might be able to spend a spell slot to turn her into a healing ballista. But we'll see how that goes. But she is there. She's looking at her spirit guardian self with longing, but knows it's not the time. She's got like a crocheted set of armor. Doesn't make any difference, but she feels tougher.
Lovely. And what are you going to do with your actual turn?
So the red wizard's the red wizard that's teleported into us, is he within 5 feet of an ally?
One of his allies?
One of ours. Us.
Yes.
Next to your calf.
Cool. because I have realized, I didn't plan it, but the antimatter rifle is not a spell. It is a gun. Not like my gun, but a different gun, which means I can get sneak attack on it, I think. Finally.
Sure.
Cool. I will shoot the red wizard in front of us.
We cut to Lathander going, "You're welcome." Just
Didn't ask you.
yeah, I'm here.
It's just a day for it.
I got a nat 20 for a 32.
Nice.
Praise the sun.
I take
Okay.
everything I can from the gods.
Okie dokie. I don't think there's a lot I can do about that. Yeah,
Okay.
that
Do you want
hits.
me to double the dice or just double? How do you want me to double? Or what?
Roll twice as many dice.
Cool.
So your odds of
Including-
rolling higher are better that way.
Does it include sneak attack dice?
Yes. Any dice that you roll on a crit, you can double.
Okay. And the mods?
Those are the only things you don't double.
Okay, so that will be 12d8 and 4d6. Give me a minute.
Once again, folks, when
I can't
Evie starts
remember.
doing the counting, it doesn't end up well for people.
I genuinely, I don't know why I keep throwing my weak little wizard straight into combat. I always feel like he's buffer than he is, and he's not.
You gotta be a sniper.
Buff wizard. 6, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 32. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. Hold that number in your minds for a moment. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not 5. That doesn't count. So it was 4, 8. Okay, that was the 12. Please remember that number for me. I'm counting on you. I'm rolling the d6. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then another 16 on top of that. So what we got?
So that's the 52, the 12, and the 16.
80 so far.
80. 90. No. 80. 87. And then 87 points of necrotic damage, please.
To quote Liam O'Brien, that's a lot of make-believe damage.
Okay, 87. I'm sorry to say that it doesn't do as much damage as you think it should.
Boo. Boo, you wizard.
But it is a hefty hit, and you can see that he is thrown back in his saddle. Anything else on your turn?
Yes, Barbara. Barbara is going to take a hit at the steed, actually.
Okay.
So let me get my dice. She gets the same thingy as I do, so the different pages. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a 30 to hit.
30.
Yes,
Will
30
hit,
to hit.
Wow.
Cool, and she does 3d8 plus 5. It's all the d8s today, all the time. Okay, so it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 points of force damage on the steed. With a...
I am looking at the wrong stat book.
And we have to say she's looking delightful in her armour today.
Thank you, she feels it. She gives you a shimmy.
Thank you. It does feel like, Barbara, who are you wearing today? Amazing.
The little kind of like spirit Barbara kind of just pushes a pebble on the ground to it in thanks.
Don't distract her!
Thumbs up. Keep doing it.
It flashes the blush.
Thumbs. Just these wings going.
So the blast hits the steed at the same time as the wizard is thrown back slightly by the blast of the Lathanderite weapon. And as the dust clears and both are still looming out of the clouds, that is where we should probably take our break. I realise that everyone has had a turn, but some of us want to go and have some ice cream. That's very well. So, before we go on break, I will set you another anagram challenge. This is a 9-letter word that I have sorted into alphabetical order, and you must work out what that order should be. Your letters are A, I, N, N, O, R, T, U. That is A, I, N, N, O, R, T, U. And we will give the answer to that after the break. Welcome back. So, before we get back to the combat in hand, we had a 9-letter word to solve, which I think 3 of you told me that you got it. Apparently, you also found a 9-letter Rudy. Before we get to that, Evie, you had a shorter word.
I have a 4-letter word. I've got torn.
Torn is a word. Yes.
It is a word.
It is. So for 4 letters, you get a D4 inspiration.
Huzzah.
I'm very intrigued to know what this Rudy is. What's the Rudy? Go on, who's going to admit to it?
The Rudy, I'm afraid, is urination. A thing beloved by rats in the Roll Together universe. So if we're thinking about the little fungus guys,
That's not a Rudy. Everybody urinates.
How
dare you?
How very dare.
I excrete water. How dare.
I get to the end of the day and then I just have a little cry and then I'm dried out. It's fine. I literally had this conversation with someone else because they wanted to get one of their characters to wet themselves on stage, and I was like, horrible, terrible idea. And they're like, well, everyone does it. She was like, not everyone does it. How very dare. So yeah, that's our
not in fact
Rudy.
the word that I had, but well done for finding an alternate 9-letter word. What was the real 9-letter word?
Ruination.
Ruination. Thank
Which
you.
can come from urination.
If you do
Across-
it badly enough.
And
Across the
ruination
nation.
your trousers.
Yeah, across the nation if everyone else wants a shorter word.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Some honourable mentions are Ruin and also Tony.
Hey!
Okay.
El Bandito!
So, with that, on that note, as the dust settles and the wizard and steed are still behind you, following on from Arcana, it is Giacomo's turn.
Absolutely.
What was Giacomo's prep?
So we had enough time to see the thing. I'm trying to think, like the giant, flesh golem.
Mm-hmm.
Did that come before or after the time stop?
Before.
Right. So this is all very personal to Giacomo because seeing that is very reminiscent to. I mean, yeah, okay. There's 20 undead clowns here. That's a Tuesday. But that is very reminiscent of what happened to him. Not necessarily, but also Antoni chopping up and fixing. And so, I have taken an oath bow. And part of this is because I started looking into Torm. And the bow's name now is Common Good. Because Torm's, edicts is to follow the common good and protect. That's an abomination, and that would be an abomination. So, I am basically, just before the time start, Giacomo's like, that one. So I'm going to do 2. We'll come back to Giacomo, because as Giacomo prepares to do his attack, the shadow just slowly, lifts up behind him and looks at the rider and is like, cool, I've got this. It's going to just, as my bonus action, it's going to stab into the wizard.
Okay.
So, with a dagger, does a dirty 20 hit?
Dirty 20 does hit.
I mean, it's a little bit of a throwaway thing, but 6 points of piercing damage as basically a shadow just appears and is like, just straight in the neck. Yeah, ow. Shadow guy, actual knife. Very rude. Okay, so again, if we're thinking about it thematically, that's happening in the background as you see the shadow. So Giacomo, having selected the flesh golem, I guess, until given another name.
Flesh Colossus.
Flesh Colossus. Oof. Basically, I now have advantage on all attacks against that guy. And even when it's hidden, unless it's total cover, I have advantage. I get extra damage, and because I have advantage, no matter what, I get to do my sneak attack. But that's me being presumptive, folks. I could fluff this. Torm, help me. Does a 17 help? Or hit, even?
17 does hit the creature. It's very large.
Praise Torm. So, we begin with... we start with 9 points of piercing damage. Then, because it is what I basically have called an abomination unto Torm, we take an extra 13 points of piercing damage. We then do a sneak attack because of the advantage. That is 30 points of sneak attack. And this thing looks necrotic, right? Because it's mostly bodies.
Make me an intelligence roll. I will allow for Arcana or History.
Arcana again here. Just like, did that thing look dead to you? Let's see, what's better? Arcana, History. They're much of a muchness. Arcana. It's an 11.
11. It appears to be cobbled together from undead bits, but it's not quite giving you that vibe.
Then I will also wails from the grave for 17 points of necrotic.
Okay. All in my head, but we've got there.
I should do an Eevee and just go, everyone remember my numbers. Write them down.
Okay.
Cool.
We're good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So that's action. That's bonus action. Still got my reaction. Jacquemus like, I hope Tom's going to be happy with this. Like Jakarta, like, I don't really have time for gods. I'm like 6 months old. It's weird. We're still surrounded by horrible clowns. Things are falling from the sky. I think Giacomo just starts sort of like nervously like bouncing on his heels, just ready to dodge if anything comes for him. Yeah.
Right. But not the actual dodge action, just because you're shadow.
Just because I use my bonus, yeah. It's more like I'm preparing my evasion.
Sure. All right, well, if that's everything on your turn, Jakarth, you are next.
Woo.
Okie dokie. So I think before all of the combat started and stuff, just as we got to the top of the docks, I think that's when I would have blown the horn.
Ooh.
So, as I blow the horn, it sort of dissolves it like Thanos style into dust, and then there's like a bright flash of light, and then stood next to me is my father in spirit form.
Okay.
So that would be before any combat or anything's done. So my little action thing that you said we could do beforehand would be to cast haste on myself.
Okay.
Because I might as well get that trick out of the way now because we've seen that already. So I cast haste on myself, and then I will take my turn. So turning to look at this wizard within 5 feet of me, I'm just going to go rude. Sort of freeze partway through as I get like a flash, see him as the Wizard of Fae, and then he flickers to an alternative version of Durak Antoni as Jack's memories sort of bleed through a little bit. And I will teleport away 10 feet. Before I teleport away 10 feet, what I will do is sort of pull the sword out of my chest and fling it towards him, and a spectral or echo of Jack will appear in front of the Fey Wizard words, and then I will teleport 10 feet away so that it can't get an opportunity attack against me, and I'm going to shoot the wizard with my bow, sharpshooter. That is going to be an 18 to hit.
No, shield.
Rude.
Damn. So I will then make my second attack against the mount as I teleport another 10 feet in a different direction to the left, let's say. That will be a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That is what's max damage. So that's 8 plus 17. So 25 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
Magical piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will do my unleash echo thing, unleash incarnate. So Jack will take a swing at the wizard.
Mm-hmm.
That is an 18 plus. What do I get for a short sword? 18 plus. Oh, plus 10. So that is a 28 to hit.
Jack.
Sorry, on the wizard.
On the wizard, yeah, 28.
Yep, nothing I can do about that.
It's just a d6 damage though, so that is using our father's weapon. That is 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
I will then action surge and attack 2 more times. Oh, sorry, hang on, wait, I won't action surge because I get a third attack because I struck 2 different things. So I do my third attack against the wizard, which will be a 23 to hit. Sharpshooter again.
Okay. So
And
23.
23.
Yeah, hits.
So against the wizard, that's going to be 20 points of piercing damage.
Mhm.
Then I action surge and do this again. I'll just roll all the attacks this time. So that is a 2 against the wizard, 1 against the mount. So the 2 against the wizard, the first is a 25 to hit.
Yep, hits.
The second will miss because it's only a 16. And then against the mount, that is a natural 20.
Nothing I can do about it.
Okay, so I shall roll those now. So against the wizards, that is 21 points of magical piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need another d4 against the mount. That is 24 points of magical piercing damage against the mount.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do Unleash Incarnate again against the wizard with Jack for a 20 to hit, not natural.
On the
Against
wizard?
Yeah.
That meets and beats.
Ooh, okay. That's going to be 9 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then my hasted action for 1 more attack is a 26 to hit. I'm teleporting all over the place while I do this.
This is a mad 6 seconds. Just bam, 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 bam.
That is 20 point. This is 26 to hit against the wizard. That is 20 points of magical piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
As I've been teleporting around all over the place, and 1 final Unleash Incarnate from Jack against the wizard, which is a 18 to hit, which won't hit because of shield.
Mm-hmm. And much like with Arcana, you are slightly disappointed that even though these are some of your best kind of hefty hits, they're not doing quite as much damage as you feel they should be.
Yeah. I should put favors for them. Oh well.
Anything else on your turn?
That is... I've just been darting around. I'm not within range of making sure I stay out of range of the creature, just of the mount mainly, because I'm guessing it's got quite a bit of reach, so I'm at least 20 feet away from it.
No worries.
Teleporting around.
Okay.
That then makes it my father's turn, because he was right after me.
Yep.
It's a big family affair.
It's a family affair, this is. I apologise, everybody.
Jack's like, why is Dad here?
Yeah, but pretty much, yeah. So he's just going to charge in as he does. Spectral swords appear in his hand as he swings in for attacks. So he does get 2 attacks. He's pretty much Jakarth, but instead of fighter levels, he's got rogue levels. So the first attack is going to be a 26 to hit. This is against the wizard. as he sort of jumps up and teleports and smashes the wizard.
Yep, hits.
That is going to be 1d6 plus 2d6 of sneak attack damage. So that is 9, 12, 21 points of slashing damage. And then he's just going to take a step, sort of teleport back and go to stab the Drake, or the Mount.
Okay.
Which is a 19 to hit the Drake. No, sorry, 21 to hit the Drake, so I've got plus 12 to hit.
Yeah, hits.
I don't get sneak attack on this, so that is going to be 14 points of slashing damage. And then I teleport one more time up and try to clock him in the back of the head. Or I don't, but Alaric does.
Yeah.
Daddy Dearest does for a 24 to hit. That was a 14.
Papa.
24 hits.
That is going to be 12 points of psychic blade damage. So this is all force damage, I believe.
Okay.
Psychic energy. Let me just quickly check the damage. Psychic damage, sorry. It's all psychic damage, that was.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
we-
bonus action, I get one more attack.
Go for it.
Slightly different. Sorry.
On which one?
I will attack. I'll go for the mount to start again. So it's 17 to hit.
17 hits.
That will be 11 points of slashing damage against the mount.
Okay. The mount is looking significantly less well off than it did.
Awesome. That's the end of my turn. I forgot to do favoured foe again. 2 characters with favoured foe, and I forgot to do it. Oh, well, don't worry.
I think you've done enough.
I was going to
than
say,
enough.
how many attacks was that in about 6 seconds? Like,
It's 2 different characters.
well. I mean, do we count Jack as his own guy? I mean, he's part of
3 different characters then.
Yeah. All played by Josh in previous times. When we do the film version, Josh is getting a lot of. He keeps appearing on the cast. Yeah.
Is that everything on your turn?
Yes, that is everything.
Perfect. Right. Following Jakarth, it is Hera.
Hero.
What was your preparation action?
I would like my prep to be to get some of the clerics with shields around me, so I'm free to cast spells without getting zombied. Is that doable?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I think you can kind of be instructing some of the NPCs around you.
Give you some paladins. They like protecting people.
Yeah, they like it, and I asked nicely. I asked very nicely.
Right. So you're surrounded by paladins when the various zombies come in and attack. Okay.
So I would like to use my necklace of fireballs. Because of course I do. It says the necklace has 1d6 plus 3 beads. I rolled it and I got a 3, so that's a 6 altogether. So I got 6 beads. As an action, I get to fuzz one of the beads. I'd like to fuzz the bead at the big fleshy scary guy.
Cool. You can throw multiple beads, or indeed the entire necklace, if you wanted to upcast. Just so
I can, and each time I do that, the level of fireball goes up.
Scarlet, that'll be very funny if you threw away your item right at this moment. You're like, there you go, level 6.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I might throw 2 beads at the scary thing. 2 beads at the big scary guy. Also, the because it's fireball. This is anything within 20 feet of the scary beast.
I mean, if you throw it, because it's literally like wading towards you through the docks, there's not really much near it at this point. So if you threw it kind of low enough down, I'd say that you could catch a couple of zombies.
Okay.
If you're going to try and singe its shins.
I could go for its toes. I'm gonna. My first bead will be level 3. Can can it make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Dexterity saving throw.
Big fella like you can't be very dexterous. I was a ballerina.
That would be a 4.
Ha ha! It does not win. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll a dummy mirage.
So I think you said that you were going to throw 2 beads, yeah?
And this is the first bead. Each bead I got, apparently each bead I flung, I up the level. Think.
I think it
if you throw 2, it's both beads hitting. Yeah, go on, Sean.
It's not 2 fireballs. It's 1 bigger fireball because you threw 2 beads at the same time.
Oh, okay. So I rolled damage for a level 3. Shall I just roll for a level 4?
Yeah, roll a couple extra dice, whatever it says it is for fireball.
Oh, okay, hold on. That's an extra. Okay. That's a 31
Nice.
plus 4. Yeah, 35. At the big, scary, fleshy guy.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to. Oh, have advantage against spells. Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. No.
That doesn't sound like a thing it would. Yeah. It takes fire damage as normal. That is all good. Yeah.
Cool. And then I duck down to hide behind my clerics. Thank you. Please stay there.
You're welcome.
Anything else in your turn?
Nope.
Okay. Right. How best to do this, because I have thrown a lot of creatures at you and I don't want to bog down the combat. Bottom of the round, it is we're going to give a turn to the various clerics and everything that are around you. I said that we would do it in initiative order, so Talia, you're the first person in line. You can choose any cleric spell up to level 3. Now, obviously, you can upcast a smaller spell as well, that you think will benefit the whole group.
Cool. Would people find a bless helpful?
Yeah, I think that would be. Yeah.
I could be persuaded to be blessed.
Yeah.
if
Nice.
you must. Yeah.
Hi, baby. Yes. I think we're going to cast a group bless. So everyone gets an extra D4 to their attack rolls.
Woo.
Perfect.
Saving throws as well.
Cool. So yes, the variety of clerics arrayed around you will cast bless on all of you, and indeed, they kind of upcast it so that they can bless each other at the same time. So a lot of your allies are getting blessed right now, whether they want it or not. So that is your cleric's turn. That means we go to the top of the round. Now, I was between 2 moves, and seeing how Jakarth just riddled him with holes, I think the wizard is going to do the obvious move and Dimension Door again. Go on.
Top of the turn, it's still Spirit Guardians.
Okay. Which save is it?
Wisdom.
That is the advantage. Yeah, you'll take that one. 25.
Okay, so half damage.
And the steed as well.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry, bad jelly bean.
Oh, God.
It
Yeah.
finally happened. You were bean-boozled.
The steed only got an 11 with advantage on it, so we'll again be taking full damage from this.
Fantastic. So full damage is 35 points of radiant.
35 points of radiant. Okay. Meaning that half damage is 17.
Yes.
Totally maths I can do. Perfect. As this happens, you watch as your spirit guardians completely mince the drake creature that the wizard is riding, and almost in response to that, he dimension doors away. I will grant everybody a perception roll to see if you can tell where he goes.
Ooh, nice.
Oh no, that's
That's a 5.
12.
Nat 20 for 25.
Got a 21.
Oh, Josh.
Jesus Christ. I rolled for both Jakarth and Alaric just to see. They both have a plus 12. I rolled 9 for both, so I rolled a 21. Their passives are 22, though.
I mean,
we get
you're
to
in the
have
middle
plus
of...
fours.
Sorry?
Oh, plus D4.
Yes,
Plus
plus
D4.
D4s.
Oh, no point for me.
Right.
So 24.
Because I say so.
So Jakarth got 23, Alaric got 22.
16.
I will say anybody who got over a 20 on that roll, you can't see him, but you reckon that's because he's opted to teleport to either the other side of a building or somewhere completely hidden from you. So you reckon that there's nothing to see, which is why you can't spot where he's gone. But yeah, that has basically extricated him completely from this fight, and you've killed his steed. So you are faced with 20 zombies. I did say that you could get a couple of them in the fireball. Let me just... Yeah, that's not going to cut it. One of them got an unnatural 1. The other got... So yeah, they are each going to take... It was quite a lot, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
35, was it?
Am I certain?
Yeah, that was the thing. I'm pretty certain that let's see, they get their undead fortitude.
Ugh.
But the damage is quite hefty, so wow, okay. One of them actually rolled a natural 20, and that was pretty much the only thing that was going to save it. So one of them does stand up on 1 HP, but the other one falls to the floor. Bernard. Okay, so you got 19 zombie attacks coming at you. I'm going to roll a d20. I'm going to subtract a 1 from it, and that is how many of them are going for clerics and paladins instead. Yes, Talia.
Do I get any zombies in the spirit guardians as well?
No, you probably do. All right, tell you what.
They can also aim at Barbara should they wish. Why anyone would wish, I have no idea.
She just found love again. She got a pebble.
Well, I said to you I'd roll a d20 minus 1 because it's the amount of zombies that I had, and that would be how many are attacking you. And I rolled a 2.
Oh.
So one of them is going to attack you, and the rest are actually all going for the NPCs around you, which is fine because that's far fewer that I need to go. I will do the same thing to determine how many are within.
That's.
They are all within mincing distance.
That's very funny. And as one runs at us, we're like, what?
I was just about to say that Jack is also a hittable thing as an echo, but I think they're all about to get lawn mowed. Lawn mowered.
As well.
30 radiant damage on an undead zombie. That's like, they're all vulnerable.
Honestly, I am probably just going to have them all minced. I think the chances of anything coming out of that. So yeah, you are briefly surrounded by a cohort of 20 undead clowns who are immediately minced and misted. The air is filled with a fine red mist that you feel like you're in some sort of vampire sauna.
This is actually really nice, guys.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was disgusting.
Where did they come from? Why are they clowns?
Oh, in my eyes, in my eyes!
I'm not a clown! I was...
I believe.
Cool. Right. Well, that made my turn significantly easier. I guess I'm just going to attack you with my big old Colossus.
No.
Right. So I determined which of you is going to be targeted by the first attack. Giacomo.
Cool.
You had the curse removed, so this is not a disadvantage.
Okay.
First attack on you is a natural 1.
I think it well because Giacomo's been like preparing himself and then just balletically like goes, oh, no.
But does unfortunately make 2 attacks and is going to still try and go for you.
Fair dues.
That makes it a 24 to hit.
24 will hit. I think I can use I still got my reaction, so I think this is, yeah.
What's the reaction? Sorry?
I'm trying to work out, I'm trying to remember if I got the uncanny dodge. So this is going to half.
Okay. Halves whatever I roll. Cool. Not a problem. You take... Well, I only rolled 12 bludgeoning damage. However, being hit,
ow,
are still grabbed in the fist.
Ooh.
So it has grabbed you. You are pulled 15 feet towards the Colossus, which is basically just straight up as it was leaning over you. You have the grappled condition, and you have the restrained condition. And unfortunately, it has a bonus action that it can only use on something that is in one of its hands. It is going to try and eat you.
I was going to say, in I go.
And that time, it's going to be trickier. Does a 21 hit you?
It does. Goodbye, my friends.
How do you taste?
Weirdly flavoursome. Now I've had food for pretty much the first time in my young life. Yeah. There's a bit of lasagna. There's some wine. Yeah. No, I taste good.
You are a spicy meatball.
I taste like that delicious Italian dish. There's so much coffee. There's a bit of all the pud.
The
So,
ginger is tomato flavored.
as you are shoved unceremoniously into the flesh colossus's mouth, you take 21 points of bludgeoning damage from teeth as you are attempted to be chewed and then swallowed, and you find yourself within a strangely metallic chamber.
I'm so hoping there's someone in here who's like, good evening, welcome, welcome to my flesh tank. How are you?
Which means I need to write down another stat block. Cool. Or just the hit points anyway. Yes, you are in this... you find yourself in the core of this flesh colossus, a kind of a chamber which appears to have a variety of mechanical components driving this strange meld of mechanical and undead.
But there's not like digestive fluids. I'm not going to be dissolved being in here.
Let's see. A swallowed creature has the restrained condition, total cover against attacks and other effects outside the colossus. And at the start of each of its turns, you're going to take some damage from being in amongst all of the grindy gears.
Right. So I'm not dissolved, but I am crushed. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Giacomo just like, fiddly dee. Here we go.
That is everything that it can do on its turn, however. And given that all of my zombies are gone, the zombies kind of still attacking various allies and everything, but they seem to have been tasked with just annoying your allies. And that therefore takes it to Zimora.
Gonna do. Guy's gone. So, you Sheesh, sheesh. I guess I'm gonna just guiding bolt the flesh colossus.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do it like first level. It's not really for me, it's to give Arcana a path for it, so I'm not gonna waste a big spell slot on it. But yeah.
Guiding bolt.
So first, yeah. So that is going to be plus 13 plus. I can do math. 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Awesome.
Roll me your damage. I'll be honest, you had me at 13 plus.
Okay, fine. Awesome. 13 is just my bonus. So 15 points of radiant damage and a path lied out for Arcana.
Nice. Okay. Anything else?
And I'm going to move, so it's within my radius.
Okay.
And
It was kind of stood just off of the docks looming over. So yeah, you just have to kind of take a little step closer.
Before, and now it is the first time it has entered the circle. So
Wisdom save.
yes, please.
Has advantage against spells and other magical attacks, which makes it a 12.
Fail. 33 points of radiant damage.
33.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got it up as a 6th level spell.
I mean, why not? Absolutely fine. Anything else on your turn?
That's it. I'm good.
Right.
Can I use a bonus action to try and work out where the guy's gone?
Where Giacomo is?
No,
The red wizard.
actually, either or.
Where's that guy?
Where the red with. I'm assuming I know that Giacomo's in the stomach.
give me an Arcana roll.
Okay.
So you're trying to trace the kind of magical auras left behind by the dimension door.
Yeah, I just want to keep 24.
24. You get a vague direction. The docks, you're on the southern side of the docks. You get the feeling that he's somewhere towards the south of where you are. And you know that the range on Dimension Door isn't huge, so...
That's
We'll
fine.
be
I
able
just want to avoid alarms and surprises because I want none of them here, please.
Absolutely fine. Is that everything on your turn?
That's it. Okay, I'm done.
Arcana, you are up next.
Cool. What happened to the flying ones, by the way? Did they get minced in the thing?
Oh, the various flying zombies. They are mostly kind of battling with clerics outside of your... They're kind of, in the set piece of this thing, they're kind of outside of your clipping zone if you were to try and head closer to them.
Okay, cool.
They're being dealt with, but in a cinematic way.
Sweet. They're just background at this point.
Yeah.
Setting the scene. So we've got the big flesh golem mound, and we've got a hidden wizard somewhere. Do we have anything else?
No, because everything else has either been... Well, pretty much everything else has been minced by the lawn moira, so...
I mean, you could run into the background if you wanted to. Just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so your guiding bolt gives advantage to the next attack roll, or the next attack that needs to do the thing, right?
Yeah, so... I'm just going to go ahead. The next attack roll made to the target before the end of my next turn has advantage.
Okay. I'm slightly concerned about the wizard and what he could be up to, considering that he's probably the one in control of all this, but you know, through lack of a better target, I suppose we should get rid of the thing that's just eaten the zombie, our zombie, one of our zombies. So, bonus action is that Barbara will Barbara with a cannon, and that is 24 to hit.
24 hits. Roll me your damage.
Why I've just been rolling all my d8s. Why are they not set aside? What have I done?
I have a question. Does Giacomo count as an ally within 5 feet?
I'm in the guts.
Bothering from the inside.
Giacomo's shadow is just stabbing him.
I feel like I can't be giving any flanking. Inside and out does not count on either side.
I think that's... Yeah.
Come on, I would be distracted if something was happening.
Not to be the kind of rules lawyer, but I'm going to rules lawyer. Giacomo's got the restrained condition, and I don't think with the restrained condition he can grant flanking. I might be wrong.
Interesting questions.
But I'm going to rule that you're in too tight a space, and also they don't know where you are, specifically.
I think Giacomo's also fighting his own fight here, and it's like, yeah.
That was 19 force damage from Barbara.
How much, sorry?
19.
Nerf team. Cool. Why is it always the awkward numbers? Got it. Cool.
And then I'm tossing it up between a spell on this guy and like a high level and my rifle, because a spell would still be like, if I did like, I don't know, a 3rd level fireball, for example, that's 8d6, or my antimatter rifle is 6d8 plus 7.
It'd be a shame not to use the rifle.
It'd be a shame.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with the rifle again.
On the Colossus.
We cut to it disintegrating, and Giacomo's like, well, here comes the void.
23 to hit.
23 will hit the golem.
Sweet. 2, 3. One moment. So, okay. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 points of necrotic damage, please.
Blimey. Okay.
I'll probably cast a spell after this turn. Like, I've not used any spell slots left yet, and I'm still on full health, so...
Okay. Is that everything on your turn?
Yeah, I think so. Other than wiping clown goo off of my face.
Odor clown.
Odor clown.
Okay, well, following Arcana, it is Giacomo.
Giacomo's slowly being dragged into the gears, like, biscuits. Grappled and restrained. Is there any way for me to... Because usually when you're grappled, you're like, maybe I can break the... Basically, I'm asking, is there any way for me to break out of grapple or restraint? Or am I just no movement until someone comes and gets me?
So I'm looking at it, and it's not giving me any options for DCs to get out of the grapple, which to me implies that you're going to have to stab your way out.
That's... Yeah. Slowly I've been... I'm like, this is what the spirit guardians... This is what it must feel like as I'm slowly being grinded. I think just let's go to town. Is there any light in here? Or is it completely dark?
There is one kind of very intermittent light, which it looks like it's kind of highlighting a fire exit, except that they've barred it.
Those, OSHA will have such a thing. I know it takes 6 seconds, but like it's just enough for like when there's the flash of the light for Shadow Giacomo to try and stab in. We begin with a dagger. Does a 25 hit?
25 hits.
We begin with 5 points of damage. So, this is a flat roll because disadvantage for restraint, but advantage because this is my basically I get advantage because of my sort of god, my adopted.
Good. Yeah, so flat roll.
Let's just see how it goes. 26 to hit.
26 hits. Roll your damage.
Right, here we go. We begin, folks.
What was the first damage from the shadow, by the way? Just
that was 5 points.
right. Perfect. Right. Yes, please
Okay,
carry on.
here we go. Okay, start with 10 points of piercing.
Mhm.
I add 3d6, which is 11 points of piercing.
Mhm.
I don't think I would get my sneak attack now because I don't have advantage. It's a flat roll. None of my allies are within 5 feet because I'm inside. Hey, this is me, lowering myself now.
Yeah, but it's also fun. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say, because, and this is me paying penance for not giving you enough opportunity to use your shadow sooner. On this occasion, your shadow is giving you enough solace that it is going to count as your ally.
Oh, thanks, Shadow. Shadow just like, I enjoyed the pizza. I'm like, scary, but good to know. We begin with the sneak attack. That is 24 points of sneak attack, and then the whales from the grave, 13 points of necrotic.
Cool. Yes, you are doing significant damage to the core of this flesh colossus.
As Giacomo slowly like moves more into the gears, I'm like, all right. Okay, yeah. That's bonus action, that's action. Still got my reaction for as I try. I think that's the thing, if we're talking about me being attacked again. Actually, because that's the thing, because the attack again would be... Basically, I'm saying because I've got my evasion. That's not... I would not counter that as a separate attack, or... I'm just wondering if I can... There's any way I can half this, Sean.
Your evasion?
Yeah. That's like, if I can see the attack coming, I can halve it, but...
I would argue that you can see the grinding of gears and you can see when your appendages are getting too close to them. So, yeah.
This is very sore. It's like, oh no, you saw everything. You witnessed it all. There was nothing you could do about it, little clown man. I'm not a clown. Okay, yeah. Oh, what a time. What a time Giacomo's having. Moving on. Yeah.
Right, I'm almost afraid to ask, but Jakarth, it's your turn.
Right, well, for my 55 million attacks, no, I'm joking. Are there any are there any buildings nearby?
Buildings?
Buildings.
Yes, you're in the middle of Neverwinter.
Oh, I thought we were near the docks. Okay.
The docks. Yeah, but the docks are in
buildings.
Neverwinter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no buildings where the docks are. It's water.
There's warehouses and yeah.
You're not on the pier. You're in the docks. So there's like fisheries. There's buildings where some poor people live next to the fisheries.
That rowboat guy's just up there. He's still trying to sell wares. He's trying to take people out.
He's sat in a rowboat, and as the Colossus has been wading through the water, just
oh help!
Can't catch me, fish. It's undead. I'm going to run up to a high point that I can, and then I shall jump onto one of the roofs using Misty Step.
I can just put in. Was it a goldfish?
Yeah.
Boo.
No one has a boo card. You're
I
fine,
don't have my
Sean.
boo card near me.
No, validate. No, boo boo. Oh. Hello, podcast listeners. We're getting double booed here.
Double wooed. And
Woo.
I would like to see if I can perceive the wizard. Oh, there's not my dice everywhere. I'd like to see if I can perceive the wizard.
Perceive the wizard.
Sorry?
You may roll a perception check.
There you go.
I was giggling too loud. I apologise.
How dare.
That is a 27 on perception. I rolled a 15.
Even with a 27, you cannot see him. He is inside something.
Add to D4. I don't know if that's still in effect. If you're close enough.
I mean, he's still inside something. Like,
Is he?
I think you roll with this.
Is it?
We also have inspirations.
Yeah, what was the inspiration? I don't remember you saying what type of dice it was.
It's a D10 for those who got the full.
Okay. I'm going to roll it because
you can't see him.
I know you say I can't see him, but if I roll the D10 and the D4 for Bless, I'm wondering if I can hear or smell him.
Aha.
He's
It's
inside.
red.
He's inside
Suffer
something.
undead.
I'm going to DM just put a stop to this now. As narrated, right in the middle of a fishery. All you can smell is dead, misted zombie clown and fish.
Fishy clowns.
I will try to hear him then.
All you can hear is, and that's
For a 37.
37. DM said no.
Oh,
Wah, wah.
DM said,
Listen.
do not waste. You wasted.
I
So-
spent.
Sorry, Josh.
Fine.
womp womp.
It's fine.
You should have
Oh,
chosen a
stupid
proper
questions.
god.
Win
It's
stupid
fine.
prizes.
What I will do is Jack, staying where he was, sort of on top of the creature that died, turns towards the Colossus thing, puts out the short sword. The short sword turns into a bow that looks very similar to the one that Jakarth has, and fires 2 arrows at the Colossus because I can do my attack through him. So, I could probably still shoot him from where I am, to be fair, but I'm focused on trying to find this guy. With sharpshooter is a 24 to hit the Colossus,
24 hits. Roll your damage.
and a 12 to hit the Colossus.
12 does not hit.
Okay. That will be. I'm going to make it my favoured foe because I can remember to do that.
Yay!
So, for an extra 1, that's going to be 26 points of magical piercing damage.
Ooh.
Hasted action. So I will do another attack. That is that's a 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Okay, that's Jakarth done, and then Alaric will go. Alaric will just run towards the Colossus and will throw daggers, magical spectral daggers appear in his hand as he lobs them.
No worries. Please run your
He's
attack.
hasted with.
Mr. Calf's dad.
16 to hit.
16 hits.
Oh, good. Nobody's within 5 feet, not including obviously Giacomo inside.
Ah, my legs!
I think did Zinmora move within 5 or just close enough to Lawnmower?
You
Oh,
are
you're
muted.
Yes, I know. We have a whole bunch of rogues, and with something that big, me being away 15 isn't any safer than being away 5, so I'd have probably tried to get right up to it.
Then yes,
So-
you can have an ally within.
That's sneak attack on this attack. I'm also going to use my bonus action to add a planar allies, which will make this force damage and add an additional 2d8 to the damage. So that is 6, 9, 10, 12, 12, 18, 23 points of force damage.
23. Nice.
And then second attack will be the same thing, which is a 20 to hit, dirty 20.
Yeah, 20 hits.
Just a d4, just a d6, sorry. So that is going to be 10 points of psychic damage. And there isn't more than one psychic. There isn't more than one.
Unfortunately, does not seem to do anything.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, so psychic doesn't do it. Oh, that means my psychic blades are useless against it. There are no other enemies around me to attack, so I can't get a third attack. Bonus action.
You can attack the background again.
Just attack the background, yeah.
If it's going to give you extra things like extra allowances and stuff for fighting this foe, I'll let you say that you fire a pot shot into a crowd. And
If this is the only main thing that we're fighting, then that's Alaric done because all of his attacks are psychic. But as soon as he realizes that he can't hurt it, he's like, shit. And then he's going to start moving towards where Jakarth is on the building.
I was going to say, can he hold an attack? Because he's like a sentient.
Yeah, he could probably. I've already used my action though, but he could hold attack.
Because I said, because if they were going for the clerics, just enough to be like, if anything goes for the clerics, you can kind of stop them from dropping.
He can do one attack that makes it force damage rather than psychic damage, so he can get one attack off on it. But he's going to move towards where Jakarth is, so that when when or if the wizard is spotted, he can help with that. And then that's my turn.
Okie dokie. Right. After Jakarth, it is Hera's time. So,
Okay. I'm going to follow Jakarth's suit. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to use Ghostly Gaze. It lasts for a minute and I can see through objects.
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, that looks gross, but I'm looking for the wizard, I'm sorry.
You don't know how Giacomo hears that, but he just gives a thumbs up, and then his arm's like, here we go.
That is my action, but I am looking for that wizard.
Okay. Nothing I can really do about that. Roll me your perception check.
It's not
Quickly read rules on things. It was literally just that you're able to see through objects.
15.
15.
With the D.
Oh, wait, I can
Yeah,
plus.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, +4.
Plus D4, yeah.
It's a +4.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
19. I can count.
With your 19, you survey around you, kind of peering through things. You kind of your vision settles on an ally, but then kind of pushes through. They become almost ghost-like as your vision searches the battlefield. To the south, not one row of buildings, but 2 rows of buildings behind you. You can see that the Red Wizard is stalking down the street, appears to be grasping a civilian and sucking the life out of them.
Ugh. Okay, then I will shout out, I see him! And I'm going to run. Going to go run after him.
Can you see that you are seeing through things, or are you going to run headlong into a building? Asking for a friend.
Wait, how smart am I? I'm a 15 smart, so I'm smart enough to be like, oh, that's wrong.
You just run with your hand out in front of you, like.
Yes, that's fine. You do not run headlong into what appears to be a glass building.
I mean, I can roll if you want.
I'm not going to make you. As hilarious as I find the idea of a Hera imprint, much like a kind of when seagull flies into a building. My mum used to work for the Port of London Authority. That used to happen quite a lot.
Terrifying.
Yes, great, cool. Yes, you see the wizard. Anything else on your turn? Bonus actions?
No. I'm just running after him. If I can use bonus action to help me move a bit further, then cool. But no.
I'm feeling kind. Yes, you can kind of. This is all happening like within a short amount of time, so you can kind of try to make your way, especially as you've got to kind of get around a couple of terraces in order to get to him.
Thank you.
Bottom of the round, it is the clerics, and Talia, you've already had a go. So Evie, you are able to control the clerics for this turn.
One second.
You're blessed.
Can we have multiple concentration? Sorry, Evie.
I'm just hand waving all of that. Like, there's enough clerics with enough typewriters. So.
Sorry, I should have been preparing for this. I'm just going through the spells. I don't think that will work on a massive thing. Is it a person? It's not. I was looking at whole person. I don't think the massive monstrosity counts as a person. That might be controversial, but no rights for massive conglomeration of corpses.
Wow. Roll together does not.
How dare you?
How dare I?
Digging a hole. Let's go.
On my Zoom, the undead characters are all in one row, and we're all like, how dare we will be having words with you.
Listen, I've decided what I'm going to do, and I've decided I have the dumb cleric who is like, no one's going to see this coming. This move is genius. And they're going to try and revivify a corpse from the corpse golem to take a piece out of the machinery.
That's genius.
It's one corpse among like 100, so it's not going to do anything, but I just got to try it.
Roll spell attack. What did we say for the counter spell? It was a +4, I think I said.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So roll the d20 with a +4.
Sure.
Go on, Gregory.
Come on.
Come on, Gregory.
Go on, Gregory. Okay, that was 19 on the dice.
Hooray!
+4, plus
four.
a D4 because he is also blessed.
Indeed.
Yes, he is.
Plus another 3.
Mm-hmm. Roll me 2 d8s.
Okay. Good thing I've got so many d8s to hand.
I don't know. This could be bad.
It's an 8 and a 5.
That's why I 8, 5, 13. Okay. You don't see anything happen, but Giacomo, from inside the machine, you do kind of watch as a part of the wall starts kind of writhing, and it's not daylight because it's kind of towards the eve at this point, but you see that you're kind of within a mesh container, and one of the stitched together bodies on the outside of the core seems to have started trying to wriggle free.
Oh.
You're right, mate.
What? How did I get here?
Hey.
I was in Elysia.
Oh, wow. Giacomo's also like, I'll consider you my friend. Yeah, I like it.
This is my next character.
I thought my soul getting called back to this world. I just thought I'd dance through. I didn't realise I'd be in here.
Oh, Gregory.
I'm a carpenter.
You know, I came back from the dead too, Gregory. We can have a beer after this and talk about it, but be brave.
No.
Just inadvertently being like, hey, do you want to go back? Yeah, I guess. Oh, God, oh, help.
Oh, life is pain. Life is pain.
Why am I stitched to so many dead people?
Oh, God, the therapy bills. Ah.
Cool.
If I get out, I'm cutting Gregory out. Don't let Gregory die. I know this is above the table, but when this thing goes down into the thing, don't let Gregory drown.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. As Hera can see this as you kind of peer through the buildings. You watch as the Red Wizard drains the life from a civilian who drops with a kind of... You would have hoped for a wet squelch, but instead it is just the of a dusty, dry body, and he looks more vital. He then retrieves from his flowing robes a sickly orange-looking gem and holds it up and starts to chant.
Oh, no.
Everybody else, apart from Giacomo, you see the obelisk appear to glow would be the wrong word because it's kind of haloed in a black aura as Hester seems to be beginning the ceremony to awaken the obelisks. Then you have the flesh golem, the flesh colossus's turn, and Zinmora has been a particular pain at this point, so I'm going to be attacking you.
Come with me, Zinmora.
Can it first take a wisdom saving throw?
Of course it can. It has advantage because it's a spell. Oops, can't hit the table, can't save, and apparently I cannot save. That's an 8.
Okay.
Oh yeah, got my dice back.
3, 25. What's that? 32 points of radiant damage.
32.
Yes, please.
Yeah, not a problem. Right, then it is going to attack you.
Enough.
Does a 32 hit you?
No, yes, very much so.
Oh, you had me going for a second.
Shield.
That is 16 points of bludgeoning damage as you are grasped. You are now grappled, restrained, and caught. It is then going to use its bonus action. It now has an advantage on you as well because you are within its hand. 30 to hit.
Yes.
You are stuffed into the Colossus's core as well. You see Giacomo and a man who is alive but stitched to zombies. You'll be glad to know that the core of the Colossus has its own hit points. So I would therefore reason that it would also have to make a save against your things. I'll take Spirit Guardian damage.
Do you have to announce what you're stopping from Spirit Guardians? Because poor Gregory.
That is a 17.
Okay, yeah, still fails. So 8. I can't do math. 14, 18, 20, 23, 24 points of radiant damage.
Oh boy.
Nice. Perfect. But that is its first action and bonus action. It has multi-attack, so it will attempt to grab someone else. It, however, there isn't space for any more people in its core at this point, so you are taking up all the room. I suppose I should determine who that was actually attacking and who am I left with. Hera's amongst a bunch of clerics, so Arcana and... Oh no, Hera went running.
Run.
I did run.
Cuffs on the roof.
Barbara is around though.
No!
I mean, don't hit Barbara, but she could be hit.
Yeah.
I will roll a D. Hera. As you try to run towards the wizard, a hand grasps for you, and it is a 26 to hit.
Oh, absolutely no, I'm fine. Yeah, of course it does. Yeah.
Even with the shield.
Oh, yes, I got a shield thing. Thank you. I don't have the spell on my list, so what does that do?
+5 AC?
+5 to your AC. As a reaction.
18.
Oh, still a bit shy.
Yeah.
So you would have known that and not used it today.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you for the reminder.
It's all good. You only take 12 points of bludgeoning damage if you were grabbed, and you are lifted into the air, grappled, restrained.
Oh God.
I've also remembered that at the start of its turn, Giacomo should have taken some damage, but it was damage that you could see, so I think we decided that you could uncanny dodge it.
Yeah.
It's 8 points of force damage coming your way.
Thank you. My knees.
That is everything on its turn, so following that is Zinmoira.
So, am I... Mechanically, how am I restrained within this gullet?
It's more that you're kind of within the core. There's all of these gears and sprockets, and you don't really have the room to stretch out or try and extricate yourself. You do, however, you can still cast spells. You can still make weapon attacks. You've got room to do that.
Is there climbing room?
You could probably try, but all of the gears are kind of going against you, so it'd be like kind of trying to run up the wrong way of an escalator.
Every single time I'm gonna do a thing.
Do your thing.
I know, but then I get put into a situation where I can't do that anymore. I gotta rethink what I've got to do now.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not blaming you.
I'll save you, or Gregory.
You do notice that the room around you has taken a significant amount of damage from, I mean, you imagine Giacomo, but also your spirit guardians as you were put into this predicament.
Yeah. Cool. I'm going to just go. Third level spiritual weapon it for us as a bonus action. I think in the gap where Gregory is just peeling himself a way out of.
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to be a well, in fact, that's a natural one, but it spiritual weapon exists in the world now.
Okay.
Right.
Absolutely fine. You have a spiritual weapon within its core.
Fantastic. And then I am going to honestly just with my goals straight up just try and rip this bloody thing open with a death touch.
Okay, please do.
Ripping off the glove.
Yeah, just shove my hand in that.
There are the bolt holes for my cross. You're just like...
So
Yeah.
it's just a thing that happens. So that get my dice.
Poor Gregory. What has he got himself in for?
As an action, I'm going to make it with an arm. Let's do this first. An arm strike. Yeah, that's a nat 20 for that. So
roll double your damage.
Okay. Ooh. 25, 35, 45, 50 points of necrotic damage to which it is vulnerable.
50 points.
50 points of necrotic damage to which it is vulnerable.
Okay. As you place your hand on this space that you are within, the metal starts to corrode, the gears start to rust and jam up. As the gears start to jar and stop and stick together, you and Giacomo find that you are, with the force no longer keeping you within the core, you find that you are suddenly hurled out of the space as you are regurgitated from the Colossus. Hera also, as this involuntary movement happens, you all find yourselves flung 15 feet away from the creature.
Gregory!
Jakarth and Arcana, you watch as the creature appears to go berserk. It is losing its stability, and you can see in its eyes that it's starting to look around for something to just smash to pieces. However, you don't see that any of you, it being so large and so high up, you all seem to be beneath its notice, and you watch as it turns, its gaze now focused on the obelisk. But it's not its turn. So, Demora, anything else on your turn?
I don't, like, I throw myself off things a lot. I don't know how to save myself. So I'm just going to fly.
Does someone need a reaction featherfall? Okay, reaction featherfall. Just for you.
I mean, there's 3 people being dropped and all. thrown out of this creature.
How many people can be featherfalled?
I think up to 5 or 6.
Up to 5. Reaction featherfalls for all.
Jakov gets some. Hera gets some. That cleric gets one.
All he did was trip up.
Yeah.
Oh.
It just floats down.
If Gregory's around and wants one, have at it.
Gregory had just managed to free himself. He's just hanging on by a thread and then just like, oh.
I think the guy in the rowboat also has just been smashed up. He's like, oh no, this is the end. And he's like, oh, okay.
Okay. Yes. You said that. Is there anything that you can do with the remainder of your turn?
Bonus action, movement is, I guess, gently falling.
Mm-hmm. You can kind of you'd land prone and you would be able to get yourself up and away if you needed to.
I probably try and see where everybody is, and noticing that Hera's kind of started going off in a different tangent, start following after.
Absolutely fine. Following Zinmoira's turn, it is Arcana's turn.
Sweet. Can I see the red wizard, or is he still behind many buildings?
He's still behind many buildings, but Hera did start telling you where to go.
Okay. The giant situation seems to be taking care of himself. So I guess I'm going to go that way because the red wizard is the real threat here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'm going to get there. If I vortex warp him to the giant, he's just gonna counterspell me, isn't he?
Do you need line of sight to him? Like, can you get to a point where you can look
within
to see?
that I can see? I need
See.
to be within 90 foot, and I can need to see him.
So yeah, you personally can't see him, but if you could get to a more elevated position, you probably could.
And I probably can't get to a more elevated position this turn, can I?
Unless you've got some way. I mean, you could dimension door yourself up into the air on top of a building.
I do not have dimension door. I only have vortex warp. I can't.
Oh, is that
I
definitely?
can't teleport myself.
Oof. Okay.
That's true, but would that wouldn't take the gun with it?
Oh.
That's the problem. I was going to say I could vortex warp Barbara to a higher vantage point, just so she has a nice view.
It's a shame. It's a shame she doesn't work like a familiar. You can't cast your spells through.
Exactly. There's not much I can do if I can't see him. Someone's already hasted. I guess I don't know, team. I'm open to suggestions.
I do like the idea of you vortex warping yourself in a gun and be like, pick it up, bring it back to me.
And Barbara just
Yeah, don't give it. Let Barbara pull the trigger. Just.
And then I'll still have my disintegration rifle.
Give the penguin a gun.
You know what? It's the last thing.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. If you'll allow that Barbara can either use her bonus action thing to vortex warp me up to the top of a building, or that is my action. What would you say, DM? Oh, benevolent one.
Rule of cool. You built in a fail-safe into Barbara, a one-use only. Can repeat the effects of one of your gun modes.
Oh, so Barbara does the vortex warp, just like.
Ooh. The first time I experienced the vortex warp, I'm in her tummy for just a moment. You can see me going round like in a washing machine.
How does it feel to you? Do you like it?
Exhilarating.
More, yeah.
How do you taste a Barbara?
I taste probably a bit too oily, but you know, she got like mechanical bits in her, so she's probably like, oh yes, the lubrication.
Barbara's like, yeah.
Gourmet shit.
I've never been more disturbed by this. Cool.
Well done, team. We did it.
You're vortex warped.
Cool. So was that Barbara's thing, or was that my action?
That can be Barbara's thing.
Cool. I still got an action on top of the building.
And you can see the wizard.
I level my disintegration rifle because he won't be able to counterspell that, and I'll take a shot at him.
Perfect. Please do.
Shoot him.
Okay, 18 plus 13. No, plus 12. 18 plus 12 is
30.
30
To hit.
to hit.
3-0.
Yep.
Not a lot I can do about that.
Sweet.
Get him.
Melt
You never know with these wizards. They're tricksy.
Mm.
Okay, and then that's 68. Oh, okay. 2 8s is 16, 17, 18. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37 points in necrotic damage on that, please.
37.
37, yeah.
How do you do this?
So I get back up there. I'm all hyped with adrenaline. I put a little spyglass down, like with the X. I was like, I've got you now, motherfucker. And I'd like to have him just looking the other way for just a moment and then turn back and just see me eyes wide, and then the shot goes through the eyes and he begins to kind of almost disintegrate like ash a little bit from the face.
Okay. It's almost kind of Infinity War-esque, just as the...
Yeah, a little bit.
hit. Okay. You watch as the sickly orange gem that he's holding falls towards the floor. It does appear to still be glowing, so it's still seems to be active. The glow from the obelisk has not gone away. As we watch the flesh colossus heading towards the obelisk with destruction in its eyes, let's just cut to our teams in the rest of Faerun to see how they're getting on. As you have set up this strafing run with the ship, wrapped the anchor around the obelisk, set it in place, setting up to pull this humongous crab over. The chain is straining, every link put under the most tremendous strain as this ship, traveling at more than 40 miles per hour, is trying to pull this crab over. You managed to do with your D100 rolls 252 points worth of damage. Oh. It had 265 hit points left, which leaves it on 13. That is a very unwell crab, and it does indeed start to topple over the obelisk, veering out of place.
Yes!
Is it enough?
Oh my god.
We'll find out.
Wow, amazing.
I'm so pleased. That was amazing.
So, when we last spoke, we rolled some dice to determine whether the earth elementals were able to smash their way through this obelisk. And our rolls, just to remind you, were a 79, an 8, a 55, and a 3. Now, Matt, you asked me a very pertinent question about your time shift ability.
Yes, kernel shift.
So, now, tomatoes, potatoes. Your chronal shift ability, how many times can you do that?
I can do it twice per long rest.
Okay.
But
I'm going with balloons.
Balloons.
You can do it twice per long rest. Right.
Yes.
Well, you've got 2 very low rolls there. If you would like to use your chronal shift.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. I think during all of these social chat, like Nura was ready to solve puzzles and to do portal shit and time shit, and that's not really been needed. So whilst everyone has been dealing with talking to the elementals, she's been like, okay, well, great, good. I'm ready in case an actual red wizard turns up then, I guess. But seeing the earth elementals go to land these hits, seeing that like the first one can do damage and is successful, okay, so this thing can be damaged, but then two of the hits, as the two hits that look like they're going to fall short and not quite powerful enough, she'll just reach out. She's got a sort of like a Fallout style Pip-Boy gadget arm cuff thing, and she'll just sort of adjust a dial slightly, and for everyone time rewinds by just a couple of seconds, so the earth elemental gets another go. And then
Perfect.
again, when she sees the second one go to fail, we'll do it again.
Who rolled the 8?
Moi.
Please re-roll your D100.
Okay. So, dice. Nat's done something really nice, so don't fuck up.
What'd you get?
35.
35.
What did I tell you?
Better.
Who got the 3?
That was me.
Please re-roll your D100.
All right. Similar pep talk. Here we go. It's gonna be fine, guys. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great. Oh, it is 73.
Ooh.
73.
How many reactions will you give me in within 4 attacks of a good silvery box?
Well, I will tell you that the total of your rolls is now 242.
Which is more than half of the grand total.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that as these earth elementals are smashing into this pillar, and Nora rewinding time to just give them that extra hold them back and then punching in with more fervor, you watch as cracks begin to appear along the surface of the obelisk, and just as the sky starts to turn a purplish red hue and crackles with an ominous energy, the top 50 foot of the obelisk cracks and slides slightly downwards and falls outside of the circle. You have successfully destroyed an obelisk.
Woo! Go earth elementals.
Awesome.
We throw a fireball at it just for good measure.
Yeah, go for it. Roll your attack.
I'm gonna name them
All the
Pebble and
spells.
Rocky.
They're going back to the plane of elemental earth. You'll never see them again.
Never say never.
You're more than welcome in, after this escapade to send the earth elementals back to the plane of earth with their rather dashing looking body modifications. Yeah. Nat, what's your fireball damage?
For a 6th level, quite disappointing. Only 45.
An extra 45 points of fire damage just kind of melts the edge, just making it less likely that this obelisk can be repaired in any good manner. But I think for the time being, let's go over to our correspondents over at the Barge Ride Inn, see how they fared. As the second beast turns towards you, its chains taut under its gargantuan form, you watch as the obelisk begins to creak and groan under the pressure of the second beast changing its trajectory, and you watch as the obelisk is pulled askew, falling as it does so towards the beast, pinning it under the great bulk of the 150-foot monolith. It will be particularly short work for you and your party. Congratulations. I feel like that is a monolith taken down. Having seen the aura around the obelisk flicker and fail, you feel assured that somewhere the chain has been broken. And as you watch the flesh colossus head towards it, it begins to punch and kick and bite at the obelisk, and it takes a while, but it eventually crumbles under the enormous pressure of this undead construct. As you watch, the pillar is crumbled into tiny pieces of obsidian. Arcana, you can still see the gem glowing on the ground.
Can I go pick it up?
Mm-hmm. Do you have... Could you give me a wisdom save?
Ooh.
Do I still have advantage on this?
Yeah.
Hero's Feast.
Yes.
Cool. I don't need advantage. I got a nat 20.
Nice.
Plus 1.
Try for double.
Yeah, I could try for double. It was not double.
But a natural 20 is enough to pass. You do, however, as you pick this gem up, you feel pressing on you the weight of hundreds, possibly even 1,000 souls. This gem appears to be... It's like a raw, almost amber-like material, but it appears to be like an enormous, uncultivated, I guess, unrefined soul gem, containing not just one, but every soul that was captured within the Dread Ring.
From before?
From the Neverwinter Dread Ring.
Oh, so Rex might be in here.
That said, unlimited power.
I'm considering pocketing it and seeing what I can do with it.
You are alone.
I can see you.
The hero would say that anyway from the roof. You can see everything. You can see everyone in the building, hero, with your magic eyes.
You say that while Jakarth is looking at you like this against the wall.
You can only shout that as the fish was like, oh goodness, oh, no. Well, the zombies have come for me.
Okay, if I know people are looking, I'll be like, oh, the souls from the circle. I do want to look at this first, though.
Nope, Rex is in there. No.
Yeah, we'll get him out. It'll be fine. I just want to see it first. I just want to run some tests. That's all I'm gonna do. Get him out. There's not an expiry date on it.
It's all about not trying to rescue them. That's what I'm for.
Sorry?
There's so many souls that need release.
And they will be released. They will. I just want to have a couple tests first.
What
I shot that wizard through the eyes. You can give me this one little thing. Just 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
What happens if once the spell fully fizzles out, all of the spirits in the gem fizzle out as well? What happens if there's a limit on it? The spirit's power has been used to power this massive dread ring, but now that it's done, it expends all of the souls. What happens? What happens then?
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I have any insight on that?
Go on then.
Yeah. Okay. I'm rolling my yellow dice. My yellow dice loves me. So I got 19 plus 15.
Oh wow. Okay. You can tell that the glow on this gem, despite the crumbling of the obelisk, it's not gone away. So something has been activated, and it appears to just be kind of only incrementally, but it is glowing brighter and brighter. So you feel like you might be under some time pressure.
Oh god damn it! Never works out on the side of science. Can I have like a minute? Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
That's a bomb. That's like a spirit bomb.
Cleric gets it. Clerics get it.
You all owe me a doomsday device.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
We'll get you one.
I'll hold you to it. One each.
Okay, there's this group who knows me and Jakarth. They're called the Gate Crashers. They've got all sorts of cool things. I'll get you in contact with them. Please don't blow up Neverwinter.
Take some of your snaps of it.
I'm holding you to the gate crashes. I want more information. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's defuse the bomb.
Okay. How?
I try a divine intervention.
Yes.
What does divine intervention?
Can't we get all the clerics to do that? Like assist.
Divine intervention. I request my deity's aid.
They all stand around it and point, just hoping their deity looks at it.
I have to roll a 14 or below, but I'm hoping that I could also theoretically use the D10 inspiration and the bless to minus that.
A disadvantage.
It's a D100.
It's a D100, and yeah, you're trying to get lower than 15. So I think it's fair that those are both positive modifiers, so you can use them in the way that is favourable to you.
Inspiration. Wait. That's
Also inspiration. Yeah.
How much is the inspiration?
A D10.
Yeah. Tom and Talia, you both have your inspiration, and Evie, you also still had yours.
Okay.
Everybody give
Not
those
all of
their
them separately.
inspiration.
D100 first. What's a D100?
Okay.
Come on.
All right. Oh. Okay, that's so close. I rolled a 27.
Mhm.
So we need
theoretically, I need to roll down to a 14.
Yeah.
So my D10,
my D10.
your D10,
and a D4. Reluctantly. You better give me these doomsday devices and the gate crash.
and bless. Okay.
And the bless. So 2 D4s and 2 D10s.
We can do this.
I can do this. 11. I can't do math.
Come on, Clemvor. This is your redemption arc.
Come on, Grandpa.
But I can't do this out loud because it's too stressful.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You're doing great. Don't
You
worry.
got this.
Yeah, I made a 14. I made a 14, guys. Steam but we made a 14.
Granddad, help!
You all watch as a barely visible, ephemeral, skeletal hand, gigantic, absolutely huge, just descends down from the clouds. The gem, which you kind of reverently place on the floor, Kalembor's finger just touches it, remains for a second, and then 1 inch further crushes it. There is a blinding light, and what remains is the thickest, densest, white, greenish fog. And you hear movement, you hear the chirping of birds, you hear the chattering of squirrels, and resolving itself in the mist, you see a stocky frame of a half-orc cleric wearing a plague mask, and that is where we are going to come to a close.
Hey!
Yay!
Praise Clemvor!
I'm so mad I didn't get my doomsday device.
So,
A rump.
thank you, everyone, for watching for this thrilling conclusion to not just the 6-parter Soul Survivors, but also our special bumper one-shot in which we brought a number of our favourite previous characters back. If you enjoyed tonight, we play D&D on every month from 6 p.m. UK time. All of our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg, and you can find all of our content archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. And there are also podcast versions where you can listen to us if you're sick of our beautiful faces, which it happens. You can listen to us on your favorite podcasting app as well. Just search for Roll Together RPG. Massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. There will be a link in the chat now, so please do join them, because every pound, every dollar, every cent, every yen, every gold piece and every goat goes towards making all of the fantastic content that we do put on for you now. And a big thank you to all of our sponsors and our supporters. Don't forget, we are all over social media as Roll Together RPG. Thank you for watching, and we will see you very, very soon.